Good evening, Hondo Owl fans. It is time for the start of the 2025 Hondo Owl football season. Varsity going at it tonight. Hondo Owls going against the Blanco Panthers. We're here at Panthers Stadium in beautiful Blanco, Texas. We got a storm that's just starting to dissipate over to our east. Got a rainbow going over there. Looks kind of cool. The sun is setting to our west. It is a beautiful, beautiful evening for football, and we are so excited to bring it to you. I'm Jonathan Aiken. This is season number 3 that I'll be behind the scenes calling the game for you. I've got James Estes to my right who's going to be running the camera. So if you are watching on YouTube, you can watch this game. This is one of, I think, 3 games that we'll be able to bring to you video and audio. And so we're excited to show you the beautiful field they've got here. James, it's good to see you, buddy.
Good to see you, Jonathan.
I'm
Welcome
glad
back.
you're here. James is going to fill in today because Kobe decided going to the Ohio State Texas Longhorn game with his dad was a little bit more important than high school football. I realize he has his priorities mixed up, but that's okay. We will give him a pass. James will take his place, and we will bring you this game, and hopefully it's an exciting one. We are excited that you're joining us. If you're wondering why are we starting so late, the game said 7 o'clock. It's because we did have a big storm that passed through, and we had to wait for that for officials to let us play because there was lightning in the area. So we were just a few minutes away from game time. The Panthers are about to run out on the field. The Owls will run out. We'll do you can hear the fight song actually playing. Here come the Owls, and that's on the far side of the field. Dun, dun, dun. Love that fight song. And so the Owls, really excited for them. And we've got a little bit of time. I wanted to go through this roster. I hadn't gotten to do that before in the previous years, but this roster is a lot of new faces. So I want you to know who's playing on varsity for the opening game of the 2025 season. So we'll start with number 2. That's Caleb Coronado. He's a junior. We got number 3, Kyron Rodriguez. He's a sophomore. Number 4 is Philip Cranfield. He's a junior. Colton Alvarez will be our quarterback. Number 5, he's a senior. Alex Garcia, the senior wide receiver. Number 6, Cade Alvoy, one of 4 freshmen who have made their appearance on the varsity sidelines. He is wearing number 7. Joby Pimentel, you remember him from last year. He got caught up about halfway through the season. He's a big man to bring down. I got to tell you, I don't want to get in his way. When he gets ahead of steam, someone's going to pay the price. Joby's number 8, and he'll be playing running back. Krista Luna wears number 10. He's the junior. Gilbert Luna is a sophomore. He's wearing number 11. The second freshman who's making his appearance today is Nolan Graff. He's number 12. Leighton Pope came up last year as a freshman, made a couple really nice plays. Looking forward to seeing that speed out on the field. Leighton is number 13. Mason Barr, he's been on varsity, it seems like forever, and he is a senior this year, hoping for big things from him. Cannon Reef is the third freshman who is making an appearance. He's number 15. Lindell Johnson, senior, number 16. A.J. Knight is a senior. He's number 21. Andrew Tapia, running back, junior, number 24. Gabriel Rodriguez is the final freshman. He's wearing number 26. Anthony Garza is a senior, number 33. Samuel Rosales, senior, number 34. Colton Weimers is a junior, number 42. Colby Evans is a sophomore, number 44. Fernando Cuellar is the junior, number 50. Mason Martinez, he's been on varsity, it seems like forever as well. He's a senior, number 52. Sherelles Maxey, senior, number 55. Liston Blanks, seems like he's been there forever, but he's only a junior, so we're going to get to see a lot of him. He's number 56, one of my favorites. Caden Jordan, senior, number 62. Spicer Sigmund, junior, number 63. Mark Hernandez is a junior, number 65. Edward Leyva, junior, number 66. TJ Stanukinos is number 70. He's a senior. And Rudy Alvarado, senior, number 74. That rounds out the Hondo varsity roster for this year. I'm pretty excited. There's a lot of new faces. Talk to Coach if you got to listen to the Coach's show a couple days ago. We're young in some areas. There's not a lot of experience at wide receiver, maybe on the backside of the defense. But, man, every time we've needed somebody to stand up, to step up in the last couple of years because of injury, whatever the case may be, it seems like a new face has shined, and I'm very interested to see who it's going to be tonight.
I'm really excited too, Jonathan. I'll tell you one thing to look for is look at our offensive line. In years past, and it'll transfer over to the defensive line also, but in years past, you always see Hondo. They kind of looked outsized there in that line position. I think this year we might outsize a couple teams, and so it's really exciting to see what that offensive line. A lot of them are returning, so it's exciting to see what they're going to do, and how they block for our quarterback Colton and the running backs and get the offense going.
I agree. It does look like our offensive and defensive line. There's a lot of seniors there, and it does not look like they ever passed up on a supersize. I think that they went for the high protein, they went for the double patty, whatever it might be, and it's going to be tough to get through that line. Hopefully, they have a fantastic season, and we're also looking for a healthy one too. The Blanco Panthers are getting ready to run out on the field, and as they do, and you hear their song in the background, that gives me a chance to recognize our sponsors for the 2025 year. This year for Hondo Owl football sponsors, we'd like to thank Z's Kitchen, Medina Regional Hospital, State Farm and Cameron Garcia, Texan Bank, C&W Fuels, Hondo Amber Herald, Hermanson Steakhouse, and Medina Electric Co-op. Thank you guys so much for making this possible. You wouldn't be able to hear the coaches show. You wouldn't be able to hear these football games. You wouldn't be able to watch these football games if it wasn't for our sponsors. So we thank them so much for supporting Hondo Owl football, and we are looking forward to a fantastic season. Blanco has got a new coach. We played them last year for the first time, I believe, in like 70 years. Now we're going back to back. They came to us. Now we're coming to them. They lost a lot of linemen, but they kept a lot of their quarterback, their receivers, their running back, some of their star players. So we're going to see what happens. We were able to squeak one out last year because we went down really early, fast, and we were able to make a comeback and get that win. Let's see what happens tonight. Let's take a moment and pause for the national anthem. Thank you very much as we swing it over to the Blanco Panther Band. National anthem. All right, the 2025 season is just about to begin. Very exciting to bring you this game tonight. First, we're starting out on the road. We're starting against a quality opponent. Blanco is rated inside the top 10 in the greater San Antonio area on most of the San Antonio news stations for sub 5A. So they expect big things from Blanco, and Hondo's going to get a good test today, and we'll find out just where we kind of sit. And remember, it's early in the season. What really matters is we want to get better as the season progresses. We've got district at the end. We do well in district. Maybe we get an easier opponent to start the playoffs, and that's always our goal. So it'd be great to start with the win, but what we really want to do is we want to see some quality play, and we want to see this team get better from the beginning to the end.
Definitely, and I think you see that a lot from Coach Templin teams. You'll see the progression from that first game to that last game and into the playoffs. And we're expecting a nice, long, good season and a nice little playoff run also.
Getting ready for the coin toss. Just want to point out who our captains are for Hondo. We've got number 14 Mason Barr and number 70 TJ Stanukinos. And it looks like Blanco won the toss. Did they defer? And I believe Hondo is going to be receiving. Let me verify that real quick. Hondo will receive. Blanco chose to kick to the east, and that is how we will start the game. So the Owls will go on offense first. That's kind of exciting. There's a lot of new faces on the offense. Going to see who's starting at wide receiver. I expect to see Mason at running back, and we'll get to see that offensive line early. So Or maybe not. Maybe we just return the kick
There we
and
go.
then we go on defense. Who knows? You never with Mason back there with Pope. You just never know where that kick could end up going. Let's see who's all the way back for the Hondo Owls.
And you see a good crowd for Hondo. Made the trip up here for the first game.
And it was not a short trip. We went in different directions, James and I. He decided to take the highway route, which is called the sit in traffic route, and I went the back way through the hill country, which is a lot longer, but I never was sitting in traffic, so it was kind of nice. I don't know that I'll go back that way. Very narrow roads, not a lot of light. And I imagine if I do go that way, I would see too many deer. So probably going to head home the highway route, but traffic should be fine by then.
Looks like Mason and Caleb Coronado.
And we also have in the one up is number 7, Cade Alvoy. He's a freshman, and also number 15, Cannon Reef, who's also a freshman. So 2 freshmen up on the upbacks, and then all the way back we've got, like you said, Mason and who's that? Is that Kyron or is that Caleb? That's Caleb Coronado,
That's
isn't it?
Caleb.
Okay. So getting ready for the start of the 2025 season. Feels weird to say that. 30 years ago, I was on the field for my opening night. Here's the kickoff. Nice and deep. And in the end zone. So downwind, they kick it into the end zone, and the Owls will take over right at the 25-yard line. Let's see, they put it to 20 or the 25. I think it's the 25, isn't it?
Yes, these first down markers at the 25.
Yeah, 25-yard line. That's a new rule. It wasn't like that 30 years ago. I can promise you that. So the Owls will go on offense. Like I said, a lot of new faces on the offense. We'll try to get all of them recognized as the game progresses. And hopefully you're joining us and watching it with us as we get started. First play on offense. Shotgun formation, 3 receivers set, 2 to the right, 1 to the left. They send Mason in motion. Colton is going to take the snap. He's going to keep it. He's going to run up the middle. He's got some room. Lowers the shoulder, gets it out across the first down marker. That's a 10-yard gain, moving the chains on first down. That looks like a familiar play. They used to like to do that with DJ, get him running early, remember? Last couple years, get him hit a couple times to get him into the game, and they're going to do the same thing here on first down with Colton, and Colton makes a nice 10-yard gain, and first and 10 for the Owls at the 35-yard line. Come out in the same set, 2 receivers to the right, 1 to the left. Nobody in motion this time. They're going to hand it to Mason. Mason keeps his feet going, Ball's on the ground, somebody fall on it, and it's a turnover early. Mason just didn't have that ball security, but just fighting. And somebody hit him from behind. Ball comes out, and it's an early turnover. Not what we're looking for, but now we've got to get the defense going. So Blanco gets to take over in their own Owl territory. They're going to take over at the 41-yard line, and now the defense comes out. That's the downside of fighting through tackles is sometimes you're standing up for so long that you can take a pretty good pop, and that can jar that ball loose.
Yeah, and coaches teach that too. They teach, the first guy wrap up, the second, third guy, they go in for the hit. They go in for that strip.
But they also teach the running back that once you feel that first contact, you want to get that second hand over the ball. So they're going to run a different offense than what we saw last year. Blanco's going to come out in more of a split tee, a lot of misdirection, a lot of stuff that we saw from maybe Divine. And on first down, they come out with a little sweep to number 12, and he picks up about 3 yards to about the 38-yard line. So second down and 7. There was a couple different Owls in on that tackle. I did not see who they were because there was a lot of blue blocking our view, but we'll see if we can get you some names and numbers here as the game goes on. Second down and 7. So again, a very different formation than what we saw from last year when they ran a spread offense. They rush up to the ball. Sometimes they hike it quickly. Sometimes they take their time. So the Owls have to be ready. Second down and 7. I didn't even think everybody was set. They run it over here to the left. And nice job by the defense. Maybe a gain of 2.5.
Yeah, there does have to be at least like a second pause before he can snap it. And sometimes they go pretty quick.
And Joby coming up limping right now. And so they're going to have to switch him out. Not what we're looking for on his first play on defense, but he made a good tackle. Hopefully he can shake that off.
Colby Evans, the sophomore, coming in to replace him.
And they get up on the ball quickly. And they hand it up the middle, and he's not going to get the first down. He got maybe a yard. and it's going to be 4th down. That was a really generous spot. They gave him 2 yards. I didn't even think he got 2.
He's
It's going to be
shifting back a little bit.
4th down and 2.
There you go. They scooted back. The line judge on the sideline.
Yeah, that's what I thought. So 4th down and 3. When you get all this misdirection, James, it's very important that everybody stays home. You don't want to everybody go at the dive, because if the quarterback pulls it out and runs around the end, he's gone. So you've got to stay home and read your guys. And they do a misdirection. Ball's on the ground. That's going to be a turnover on downs. Ball's on the ground. We are going to take the ball over at the 36. That is just as good as a turnover. Owls hold 4 plays, no first downs for Blanco, and the Owls get the ball back.
Yeah, and I don't think they were going to get the first down even if there was a clean exchange.
I agree. And so lots of misdirection. Like I said, it's very important everybody stays home and reads their cues, whether that's a pulling guard or whether that's the quarterback, whatever it is. Everybody knows where they need to be. You cannot commit to something you're not supposed to cover because you leave an outside lane open. The Owls did a fantastic job on the first set of downs. They get the turnover on downs, and now the Owls have the ball at the 35-yard line. So Mason's turnover doesn't matter anymore. Clean slate. Everybody's had the ball one time. Nothing going on yet. 1st and 10 for the Owls, 35-yard line. We're going to keep it. He's got a lot of pressure in the backfield, and he's going to lose about 5 yards. There's a quarterback keeper, and he just never had any momentum because there were a lot of blue jerseys in the back, and they're going to give him a loss of 3 yards. And so 2nd down and 13. I do like Alvarez running. I'd like him moving a little quicker. That was kind of a delayed run, and the defense was just back there before he could get anything going. So 2nd down and 13. Still looking to see who's going to catch that first pass from Colton this year. And shotgun formation, he hands it off to Mason. Mason's going to bounce it outside, and he's going to get up to about the 37. Hey, where's the flag? Thank you. That was way out of bounds. Way out of bounds. 15-yard penalty. Mason was wrapped up after about a 4-yard gain, and the defender decided, hey, you want to see my bench? And he introduced him to the Gatorade bottle, and we took the 15 yards. So that'll get us across midfield. First penalty of the game goes against the Panthers.
Instead of 3rd and 9, you get 1st and 10 across midfield. Very costly penalty.
Very easy to do. It's the first game. Everybody's been hitting their own players, their own JV, and he finally got a chance to wrap somebody up, and he didn't want to just push him out of bounds. He wanted to throw him to the ground. It was just, unfortunately for him, 5 yards out of bounds.
And then the weather delay probably amped him up a little more.
Oh, you know it. How much Red Bull can we drink before a game? So 1st and 10, now the Owls for the first time inside Blanco territory, or Panther territory. And the Owls in shotgun formation, 2 receivers to the right, 1 to the left, to the wide side, and they hand it off to Mason, who's hit right away, keeps his feet going again. He's able to get back to the line of scrimmage. That's it. He was hit about 2 yards in the backfield. He was able to drive his feet and get it back to the line, so no gain, 2nd down and 10.
So still, we haven't put the ball in the air yet, so keeping the ball on the ground. Ball control offense, it looks like.
Lull him to sleep. Lull him to sleep. I'm going to go ahead and make a prediction. I think the first catch of the game is going to be our tight end. I'm going to say it's going to be number 42, Colton Weimers. Just got a feeling. I don't know what it is. It could be gas.
It's him there in the slot, I believe.
Yeah, we got 4 receivers now, 2 to the right, 2 to the left. Mason swings out, and that's a forward pass. Incomplete. Was not there. He was looking for that swing pass to Mason, and probably better that he threw it into the ground. If he would have thrown it to Mason, it looked like Mason was going to get wrapped up for a loss. So 3rd and 10 at the 47, and our first kind of big play, because now we got to decide if we get 7 or 6, do we go for it, or do we try to pin them way deep in their own end? We'll see. 3rd and 10 from the 47. Lights are on. Sun's going down. This is high school football weather right now. Not too hot, which I'm kind of surprised. I thought that rain was going to make it a little humid, but it's a really beautiful afternoon, and I believe we got our first cold front coming next week. And now we're looking to throw it deep, and he throws it right into the hands of the defender, and I don't know if anybody's going to get him. They're trying. Oh, they do push him out. Good hustle by number 74, Rudy Alvarado, and it was a tip drill. The first guy probably should have caught it. The second guy said, don't worry, I got your back. And the interception's by number 3. That's Robbie Jimenez. And so 2nd turnover of the game. We've had the ball twice. We've turned it over twice. A little bit of rust.
You had your attendant target, the freshman, Cade Alvoid, on that one.
It was a little bit late. Cade, Cade made the cut. He was open for a second. The defender, about 1 second later, faced the quarterback, and the ball hadn't been released yet. So 1st and 10, they come out quickly again, and they're going to hand it off to the back. And I don't think he's going to get anywhere. He's probably going to lose yardage. I thought the first one there was Mason. I thought it was Mason Martinez, number 52, who wrapped him up from behind.
That
So
defensive line is really playing stout, and they're going to have a hard time running up the middle on this line.
yeah, they are. There's not a lot of room between the tackles so far. So there's a lot of motion going on. There's a lot of misdirection, but everybody's staying home, and they're getting a lot of penetration up front.
And if I was Coach Templin, I'd be working that official on the sideline, making sure they're set. They're going really quick
Yeah,
when they come out.
you've got to be set. And I thought one play earlier they were not. That time they were, and there's the handoff. Who's got the ball? There he is. Even got me confused.
I was lost on that one.
I was like, they faked handoffs to 3 different people, and ended up going up the middle to number 7, and it got about 6 yards. So it's going to be 3rd and 4. I think maybe 3.5. They got to get to almost the 18, and the ball looks like it's just between the 21 and 22.
Bring in Colton Weimer's to give Rudy a rest on the edge there on the D line.
Everybody stay home here. Let's see if we can get a 4th down. 3rd and 4. They run up to the ball quickly, and they hand it off to number 7. He gets the 1st down up to the 15. They pinch down on that right side of the line and are able to get the 1st down. So that's the first down for Blanco, and they've got it inside the blue zone. That's what we call our zone between the 20 and the goal line. We want to be in the other blue zone. Right now they are driving, and they're in our blue zone. Don't like that. This is a good scoring opportunity for Blanco to get the first score of the year for either team. We're at about 6 minutes right now in the first quarter. And they get up to the ball quickly, and they toss it to number 15, and he's met by a slew of Owls. Thought the first one there was number 24. That's Andrew Tapia.
Still got about 5 yards on the play.
Yeah, they made contact after about 2, but they definitely pushed the pile forward. He went in with the head of steam, and they give him 5 yards. So 2nd down and 5 at the 13. Gonna have to find a way to get a stop here. 2nd and 5. So far, it's been real quick. Sometimes they take an extra second, but not very often. And they're looking for the sweep, and there's a nice play by Tapia in the backfield. Shot the gap. Couple good plays already by Andrew on this drive, and they end up losing about 4 yards. So they go from 2nd and about 4 to now 3rd and 7. Anytime you can get a negative play, that's always a good thing, especially when they're getting down towards their end zone. We're going to find out real quick if we can get a stop here, if they feel like they have any type of field goal kicker.
Oh, yeah.
Because if you get a 4th and 7, 4th and 8, usually you're going to kick that field goal and get the 3 points. But if you don't feel like you've got a good kicker, then most of the time you're going to go for this. What is going on here? They're not even set. Okay.
Oh,
a lot of movement, Move it back. You could tell from the moment that play started, they looked like they didn't know what was going on.
Definitely some confusion on the offensive line. I was curious to see if they were going to put it in the air, but it looks like they were just going to run it again.
Yeah, it's so different to see. It's hard to believe this is the same team we saw last year, because last year was spread offense. I think they threw it like 25, 30 times, and this is just a very different look. But if you remember, we played Liberty Hill in the playoffs many years ago, and this is the kind of stuff that they did. They just had a lot bigger players. I mean, they were huge.
I think they passed it 3 times, but for like 100 yards.
Yeah. All right. 3rd down and 13. They're looking at the sweep. He wants to throw it. There's nobody there. And 4th down and 13 now.
Andrew and Colton back there on the pressure. He had no chance.
No, the receiver wasn't even looking for the ball yet. That was a slow developing play, and the Owls were all over it. So 4th down and 13 from the 20. And let's see what they decide to do. If they're going to try to kick a field goal or if they're going to go for it. I think they just brought in their quarterback that maybe has the arm. That's my guess.
It's 37 yards. That's a legit field goal for a high school kicker, so I could see him definitely
Not a
go
whole
for
lot
it
of wind either. There's not much breeze. I couldn't say that it's helping one way or the other. The flags on top of the uprights are not even moving. So 4th down and 13. Play smart. Nobody jump off sides. No free plays. There we go. And great. That might be a backwards pass.
Colton Weimers.
Wow, what a hit by Colton. Are they going to call it incomplete?
No,
Are they going to say that that's where the ball is?
he's marking it.
Nope,
Oh, there
they
it
are
is.
calling it incomplete. So the Owls will take over after the turnover on downs. Colton laid that quarterback out and said, "Hey, my name's Colton. How you doing?" As he was laying on the ground, because Colton's a gentleman. I really believe that. I believe that I probably said exactly what he said. I know his parents; they raised him right.
Yes, he said exactly what you said. I will just agree with that.
1st and 10 for the Owls. It's a little sloppy here in the first quarter. We've got 4 minutes and 10 seconds to go, and the Owls are going to come out with 2 receivers to the left. Mason in shotgun formation next to Colton on his left side as well. And fake the handoff. We're going to follow our blockers up, and Colton's going to get a couple. He's going to get up to about the 23-yard line. We'll give him 3 yards. There's a hole there for a second. It closed quickly. Inside 4 minutes. 0-0 is your score here in the first quarter. And if we can, maybe between quarters, we'll look up some scores, some local scores, and see if we can update you on those as well. 2nd down and 7. Colton shotgun. He's going to keep it again. Looking for a hole. He finds one. Gets it out across the 26 to the 27. Maybe the 28. Let's see where they mark him. And they are going to give him the 28. So 2nd down and 2 after that gain of 5. 3rd down and 2. You're right. Thank you. We can be rusty too.
Oh, yeah.
It's been a long time since we got to call a game. Feels like way too long. 3rd and 2, inside 3 minutes now to go in the first quarter. Mason goes in. Oh, there's a lot of pressure. Keep your feet. He's not going to be able to get away. Mason went in motion. It looked like Colton was going to keep it again. It was that delayed run that we're talking about, and right now that delayed run just isn't working.
Yeah.
I like it hitting a little faster, and so it's going to bring up 4th and 5. And most likely a punt, but who knows? Right now, they look like they're set up to go for it. Now, remember, we do like to punt from shotgun formation, too. There's the snap. There's an offsides. That's a free play. Oh, just through the hands of Caleb Coronado. That was a really good pass. And on 4th and 5, we get an offsides against the defense, and we're going to get a free 1st down.
Yeah, Blanco's got to know that Hondo likes to use their quarterback as a kicker, and they'll try to get that free 5 yards, which he did, and they executed perfectly. And so we'll probably line it up and do it again. And you gotta respect the run. Whoa, enough for a 1st down.
Yep, it was exactly 5 yards.
Yeah.
We get the 1st down. So 1st and 10 at the 30-yard line. I like going with the hard count. Make these kids, they're like we said earlier, they're amped up.
Well, on that 3rd down play, the outside linebacker read the snap count, and that's what kind of caused that tackle for a loss on 3rd down.
Mason goes in motion. Now we're looking for the throw. And in and out of the hands of number 6. And they're going to call offensive holding, I believe. Mason was trying to get over there and make a block, and he kind of hooked the defensive back. And they're going to move him back. So that'll be 1st and 20. Still waiting to see the passing offense get started. We know that Colton can throw the ball. What we don't know is who he's going to throw it to. Because I believe Coach told us in the coaches show there is a grand total of 3 catches from the wide receiver position that are still on the team from last year. And that's not very many.
No,
so he's got to find somebody. He's got to find that receiver that he's got a connection with. We're going to find out who it is.
I'm going to go ahead and say someone's going to have more than 3 catches after tonight.
All right, there's a nice catch on 1st down. There's our first completion of 8 yards, and that's going to be to number 13, Leighton Pope. So 8 yards. We got 8 of it back from the penalty, so now it's 2nd and 12. Nice, safe, rolling to the left side when you're a left-handed quarterback like I was. You love rolling left. That's your favorite throw. And he hit Leighton on a little out for 8 yards. They're going to actually give him 9, so 2nd down and 11. A little bit more manageable from the 29-yard line. 2 receivers out here to the right, and we got a false start. I did not see who moved. It Actually, I thought it might have been one of the wide
I
receivers.
thought so too. One of the wide receivers
It looked like one of them
juked.
just flinched a little bit, which you really shouldn't have a wide receiver jump because you should be looking back at the ball. So you shouldn't be anticipating the count. You're moving when you see the ball move. You're so far away from the count from hearing the cadence that I wouldn't think that that's going to throw you off. So second down now and 16. Couple penalties that pushed us back. Looking for a screen to Mason. Now we just got to get somebody to block, and he makes a good move. Cuts outside, keeps his feet, gets it out to about the 37-yard line. Mason did a lot of that on his own. And that's a gain of, let's see, we were at the 24 up to the 37. That's a 13-yard gain on second and 16. So that makes it a very manageable 3rd and 3. Hoping to see Mason healthy all year because he is dynamic and he's a lot of fun to watch. He is constantly, from his sophomore year, freshman year, he's always making guys miss, and he seems like he's got a motor that never ends. So,
Absolutely dynamic on the field.
yes, it's just, he's so much fun to watch. 3rd and 3, and quarterback keeper, here's an opening. He's got a lot of room. He's at the 50, he's at the 40. There's a late flag. I'm not sure why. It's going to be a touchdown. Let's see what the flag is.
Oh, against the
It's
defense.
a defense chop block. That means the touchdown is going to stand, and the first score of this game is going to be by the Hondo Owls.
And that was a nice 63-yard run.
That is a 63-yard run. A great block by Mason, too. I don't know if you saw that, but Mason filled the hole in. There was only one guy there. He blocked him to the inside, opened up the outside, and Alvarez took it the rest of the way. 63 yards, the first touchdown. Throwing you an air high five, Rob. And we'll get to do that in person at next week's home game. 6-0 is our score with a minute 29, pending the extra point. There's a snap, a little low. Kick is up, and no good. Don't know that they got the snap down. Ball just never looked like it got set up, and that was an attempt by the freshman, Gabriel Rodriguez. Snap was a little bit slow, so we'll just have to clean that up a little bit. But the first score of the game goes to the Hondo Owls, 6-0, 1:29 remaining in the first quarter. So after a couple quick turnovers, a couple stops on downs by the Owl defense, we finally get something going. We actually put ourselves behind the chains, but a great play by Mason on second and long, and then Mason making a really good block and letting Alvarez show off his speed down the sideline right in front of the Blanco faithful. 6-0 is your score.
Yeah, it's going a quick first quarter. A lot of running game. We did get the pass going a little bit that time. Leighton had a nice 8-yard catch,
And
and
Mason caught the screen. So
Mason
there were
caught
a
the
couple
screen.
and that's what you want. You want to get your quarterback involved with some easy plays, some easy tosses. Let him see some completions, and then let him build that confidence for later in the game. So we're at 1:29 in the first quarter. Let me go and thank our sponsors one more time: Z's Kitchen, Medina Regional Hospital, State Farm, and Cameron Garcia, Texan Bank, C&W Fuels, Hondo Anvil Herald, Herman Sons, and Medina Electric Co-op. And the penalty that happened on that kick was a legal chop block against the defense. So that 15-yard penalty is going to move the ball from the 40-yard line up to the Blanco 45. And that kind of changes things a little bit because now the field's so short, you could possibly even think about an onside kick or maybe just drilling one a line drive, run into one of the big offensive linemen up here, seeing what happens.
I
Or
like
they could kick it all the way deep. We'll find out.
I like the line drive kick in this situation. Nothing to lose. If
We
it
do have a freshman kicker. Maybe they just want to get him a little bit of confidence, let him blast one. Let's see what happens.
put it through the uprights.
Here's the kick, and he kicks it nice and deep to the end zone, 5 yards deep. That's what we were looking for. And Blanco will take over at the 25-yard line. Now you got to get that foot into the ball a little bit, feel it. Maybe that comes back to help us when we're going for a field goal later in the game or over the next extra point. So 6-0 is your score. A minute 29 remaining in the first quarter.
I think
Couple early turnovers by Hondo, but other than that, and us, our defense making some stops, including one deep in our own territory, I feel like Hondo's playing with a lot of energy.
yeah, and you want to see them keep it going. Both teams came out, put the ball on the turf on their first drives. Defense for Hondo stepped up on the second one, and it's just a matter of time. I think, like I said, I'm really expecting some good things from this team this year, and the offense is looking pretty solid.
There's a quick pitch out to the side. No, he's breaking a lot of tackles. Nobody's wrapping up. Somebody wrap him up. There's a good tackle.
Kyron Rodriguez.
Number 3, Kyron Rodriguez with a touchdown saving tackle.
Coming from the opposite side to save that one.
Yeah, he broke a few. I mean, honestly, we had him in the backfield, and then we had him for a 3-yard gain, and then a 6-yard gain, and he just kept breaking tackles. It was a really good run by the running back from the Panthers, and we've got an injured player down on the far sideline. Looks like an offensive lineman. So hopefully it's just a cramp, nothing serious. He was one of those pulling guards, and so we'll let him stretch out. Again, gives us a chance to thank our sponsors. We do appreciate them so much. Z's Kitchen, Medina Regional Hospital, State Farm and Cameron Garcia, Texan Bank, C&W Fuels, Hondo Amber Herald, Herman Sons, and Medina Electric Co-op. And I'm going to go ahead and throw a little bit extra in on one of these, but went and had lunch at the hospital. Man, you don't think good food when you think hospital. Like
I've heard.
nobody says, "Hey, you want to go get some really good food?" And when they say that, they never follow it up with "at the hospital." No, I've been in the hospital. Most of the time, you want food brought in. You don't want to eat what they're bringing. But I'm telling you, if you haven't been there, go get some lunch at the hospital. Really tasty food.
I've heard the same thing. I've heard a lot of people compliment on that. And it's nothing I've had to try yet, but definitely want to get out there. And I think we need to get out there and support all our sponsors. And they're a big part of HABA.
And you want to visit to go eat. You don't want to visit the hospital for other reasons. So
definitely,
don't wait until you actually have to go to the hospital. Go because you want to eat. So now 1st and 10 for Blanco after that big run. 27-yard run, and they come out quickly. A little bit of motion there. I think it was offsides on our side.
That's going to get the coaches up riled. It's hard for the nose tackle to be the one offsides, and that's what happened.
What was different than the play when we were able to run our play was there was contact made. So when you jump and you're on the wrong side of the ball and the ball snapped, you can still run your play if no contact is made. But the nose tackle for the Owls made contact with the center. Once their helmets hit, the play's dead. So 1st and 5 for the Panthers at the Owl 41-yard line. 3rd time they've been in our territory. And they bring a man in motion, and he's not going to go anywhere. It was 1st and 5. It's going to be 2nd and 5. Good job by Liston Blanks and by Tapia, Andrew Tapia. Both of them in on that tackle.
The line did a good job of clogging the lanes, and the linebackers just came up and cleaned it up. It was
a really good job. Spicer Sigmund takes a break on this play, and in for him is TJ Stanukinos. So 2nd down and 5. Remember, they got 5 off the penalty, off the offsides penalty, and then they got no gain there. Still ball at the 41-yard line. This is a good chance this might be the last play of the 1st quarter. Inside 30 seconds. They go a pitch play, and there's some room up the middle. They get the 1st down and a little bit more. They pitch it to number 12. He gets it out across the 35-yard line down to the 34. And that's going to move the chains. Clock's inside 20 seconds. There's a chance they could get one more play off, but we'll see what they decide to do. If they try to surprise us and run up to the line with like 5 seconds, or if this is the last play. With a guy coming in late, I kind of feel like they're not going to get a play off. Yeah, they're going to wait. So 1st quarter comes to an end. And the Owls with a 6-0 lead on the road here in Blanco at Panther Stadium.
Good 1st quarter. Like I said, started out a little sloppy. Delay probably had the players amped up on both sides, but the Hondo offense settled down, put one in the end zone, and now it's time for the defense to keep doing what they've been doing, which is clogging those lanes and keeping the big play out of it. And we had the one long run here at the start of this drive, but other than that, no one's really put more than 7-8 yards for a long run. So that's what you want to see when you have this type of offense, because that's what they're trying to do. They're just trying to break one.
Yeah, this slot T, it's like I said, a lot of misdirection. The play that seems to be working the most for them is when they kind of run that pitch to the up back that's kind of in that tight end position at that slot. They bring 3 blockers in front because the quarterback helps block, the running back and the fullback. Everybody's going into that hole, so you've got 4 bodies going in there. There's a lot of blockers. It's going to be very, very important for the Owls to pinch that down. Bring those defensive tackles and defensive ends have to pinch that hole, even if there's 3 or 4 blockers, and just kind of hold the lane, hold that line until they get some backup, and those linebackers can get up there and make a tackle. So 1st and 10. They hand it off. There's a good tackle by Liston Blanks, and the first one there, Mason Martinez. And that's going to be a loss of a couple yards, 2nd down and 12. Mason just darts in the back. I mean, I remember the first time I saw him do that as a freshman was in like the last game of the season. We were in Poteet. He was a freshman, and we're like, who is this kid? Or maybe he was a sophomore. I don't remember. Maybe he was a sophomore. And he hadn't been on varsity all year. They brought him up, and he was in the backfield all game. And ever since then, everybody knows number 52 is Mason Martinez. 2nd down and 12. They bring a man in motion. They go to the pitch. There's a lot of room out there. Somebody's got to keep that outside containment. And he gets it down inside the 25-yard line for a 1st down. That defensive end's got to keep containment, or that cornerback, somebody on that side cannot let it get out wide. You can't keep your eyes in the backfield, and that's really hard to do when there's so much misdirection. But somebody got lost in the backfield, got burned on the outside for a big gain. So 1st down and 10 for the Panthers at the 24-yard line.
Yeah, they got me on that one too. I went with the dive. I thought the dive had it, and then I see the ball up in the air with the pitch, and I was like, oh, boy.
They do a really good job of hiding the ball, so that's why you've got to really stay home until you know for sure where it is. There's the dive again to number 15, and a good job of wrapping him up right before he crosses the 20, maybe the 21-yard line. We'll give him a gain of 2 yards there, 2nd down and 8. So they're almost in the blue zone again. They've had a couple drives down into our territory, but they have not been able to get any points yet. The Owls have caused them to turn the ball over on downs multiple times already, and we're looking for another stop. So 2nd down and 8.
Looks like we changed to a 4-3 defense. We got 4 down linemen now.
Quick play. They fake it. It's going to the outside again. Good tackle there. Who is that? Number 16.
Late
He was
flag.
the last one that could have made that tackle.
Late flag comes in from the ref that was at the end zone. I don't know what he saw 20 yards back, but
let's see what he calls. Holding on the offense. We'll take it.
Good eyes. Good eyes by that official.
I was wondering, it's not usually called from back there, like you said, but he saw something on this side. And so it's a 10-yard penalty. They're going to move it back. So it was 2nd down and 8. Now we're going to make it 2nd down and 18. It's going to go all the way back to the 31-yard line. Yeah, that's going to be moved.
It's going to be 2nd and 22 with a 2-yard loss on 1st down.
I didn't think that's where the ball was going to go. The ball was at the 21 on 2nd and 8. It should have been at the 31. I can't believe somebody from Blanco's not saying anything. We'll take it. We'll take it. Oh, look, I think they're going to fix it. Yeah. I was like, the ball should be at the 31. It shouldn't be at the 34. I wasn't going to say nothing because 3 yards is 3 yards. We'll take it. But the ball was at the 21 when they ran 2nd and 8, so it should go to the 31. 31-yard line, ref. Can't believe I got to do this for you.
I prefer the 34, but, I mean, if we want to be correct, we can go to the 31.
Yeah, it's the 31's where it's supposed to be.
There we go.
All right, they got it right. So now it's going to be 2nd down and a long, long way. 2nd down and 18. They've got the ball to 31. They've got to get it to about the 13, just inside the 14.
Got to wrap up. Got to stay consistent on defense.
Let's keep it a long down again. There was motion on the offense. Where's that flag? Yeah, the up back. There you go. Now they're like, okay, I guess we do want it at the 34. So they're going to move it back another 5. And when you have an offense that we haven't seen them being able to throw the ball yet, this makes it very, very difficult when you get behind the chains.
Oh, yeah. It's you're put into a tough situation when you're in this type of offense. You got to stay.
I'm not saying they can't throw it, but I'm just saying they haven't shown that they have the ability yet.
That's where we just got to keep wrapping up, keep party at the ball on defense, keep everybody in front of you, and
this is a big play. If we can keep this to 5 or less and make it a 3rd and really long. Quick handoff up the middle. Somebody wrap up. There he is. They're going to give him, what, the 29? So the ball at the 29-yard line.
I think that was Spicer that was holding on there, wouldn't let him go.
So nice gain on second down and 22. So now they've got third down and 15.
Still third about 15, 16.
And it's probably 4-down territory. So it means we want to keep this manageable. We want to keep this behind the chains. Don't let them get to the first down marker. Let's make it 4th and 10, 4th and 12, something like that. Read your keys, whatever that might be. If you're reading a tackle, reading a guard, reading the running backs, stay home. Don't get burned on the outside.
Last time they had this down and distance, they did the halfback option.
Ball's on the ground. Ball's on the ground. Somebody fall on it. I can't tell who got it. Liston was close.
Liston almost got the ball while he was making the tackle.
Yeah, he did. He's the one that caused the fumble, and then he was trying to reach over the guy he tackled. So that's a loss of about 4 yards. Good job there by Liston Blanks. Ball's back at the 33-yard line, and it's 4th down and a long, long way. So they've got to get it down inside the 14-yard line to about the 13. So it's about 4th and 20.
And you see him bring in Mason for defense for this key play. You know, they got 20 yards to go. Mason's a smart guy back there. He's gonna keep the ball in front of him, and he's a sure tackler. That's what you want.
And they fake it. They're looking to throw it. They throw it up in the air. And it is intercepted by Mason. He's got a lot of room down the sideline. He's looking to change directions. He was on the ground, wasn't he?
Ground can't cause the fumble.
Wasn't he on the ground? They're going to give it to Blanco.
Nope.
I could have sworn that he was on the ground. His head was on the ground, his shoulders, the ball.
Once he hit the ground, the play's dead.
Let's wait to see what they say.
Crucial play here.
They're giving it to Blanco. So a turnover. Mason it looked like his whole head was on the ground when he was tackled. Ball came out, and they're going to say that ball came out before he hit the ground. So after all that, the interception, honestly, could have just knocked it down and taken the ball over at the 35.
Yeah, it's going to be
and
first and
Hondo's
10.
going to call a timeout.
That's tough because I don't think Mason loses that on the hit. I think Mason loses that on the hit of the ground.
It kind of looked like that to me, too.
That's a tough one. And Mason started his career as a return man as a freshman. You know, he was that punt returner, kickoff guy. So that's what that was, that long interception. He saw it as a return opportunity.
I was surprised he didn't stay on the sideline. It looked like
it was there.
He could have gone a long way. I mean, at least to midfield. I understand him cutting it back and changing directions because he's just got so much speed and vision. It's a little easier to see from up here, you know.
Yeah.
And I'm not saying he would have scored, but I thought we would have gotten it well past midfield, and it looked like he had a wall.
And I'm sure they're coaching Mason up there. That's unfortunately 2 times he's put it on the turf, and so they're gonna, stress ball security moving forward.
He's trying to do a lot. He wants the big play. He wants to score. So the defense, who's come up big multiple times, now it's going to have to do it again. Not going to get much of a break. So after all that, the ball's been between the 40 and 30 for about the last 6 plays, and it's still there. So now 1st and 10 for Blanco after the turnover on the fumble at the 37-yard line. 6-0 is our score. We've got about 8 minutes left to go here in the second quarter. And the defense, who has come up time and time again, different players making good plays, Liston, Mason, Tapia, a lot of good plays by the defense. We're going to need them to step it up once again. Blanco up to the ball quickly again. I thought I saw movement on the line. They did not look like they were set. Number 15 with a nice run over there of about 8 yards. And there was definitely full false start. Even the coaches over the Hondo side are like, hello, how do you miss that? But the tight end on that side was moving way before the ball was snapped.
He was leaning forward, and you can't be going towards the line of scrimmage before the snap. And
no.
I think that's what it was.
So they give him 8 yards. Do not see that penalty. So 8 yards inside the 30 to the 29-yard line, 2nd and 2.
Leighton Pope with the tackle on that play. Wrapped him up, brought him down.
Up on the ball quickly. And the quarterback hands it off up the middle to number 15. He gets a first down. Good tackle there. Who's that that's on the ground still? Let's see. Is that 53 or 63?
63.
63. That's a nice tackle there by Spicer Sigmund, who wrapped him up. Gain of about 4 yards, and that's going to get them the ball to about the 25-yard line. So they move the chains. First down. As you can hear the Panther crowd pretty excited about a first down because that's about all they've had to be excited about so far. 7 minutes to go here in the second quarter. 6-0 is our score. We might come up with our own chant here in a little bit. There's a toss.
No
Oh, yeah,
play.
that wasn't going to work. In the backfield, tackled for a loss. And that is
Andrew Tapia.
Andrew Tapia met him, and he may have had the same kind of reaction as Weimers did. Like, hey, how you doing? My name's Andrew.
Yeah. Liston Blanks was there too. It was a whole host of owls there to meet that running
And
back.
we got him behind the line of scrimmage again, and that's what we love when you've got a running team. You got to get them pushed back, make them uncomfortable. They like to gain 3, 4, 5, 6 yards. If they're going backwards, there's not a whole lot of plays in the playbook when you're running this fast split wing tee. When you're running this kind of offense, you don't have a lot of plays for 2nd and 15. So they want to get 5 or 6 yards here, get some positive yardage, and Blanco wants to call a timeout here. So I don't know if you heard the crowd when they got that first down. The announcer's like, "That's another Panther," and the whole crowd, "First down." Well, I've got one that me and James are going to do. And as soon as we get another fumble or interception, we're going to be like, "That's another Panther turnover." I don't know that they're going to. We may need a police officer escort to our car, and we do have about 6 Blanco coaches to our right. But looking at their coaches and our coaches, I think we can take them. We got the Hondo coaches here. I think we've got them outnumbered. Hey, you got her back, right? Just say yes. Okay, yeah. See,
Okay.
they don't even know what they're saying yes to, but they got her back.
Yeah, the clock was running out on them that time. They're, like you said, they're trying to dial up that 2nd and 15 play, and there's really not something in the playbook for this. So they're talking it over. I think they just want to stay consistent, and they're just hoping to break that one. And the Honda defense has just not let them do it.
So far, they've done a really good job of everybody staying home. You know, you want everybody to swarm to the ball, but it's very important in this type of offense that they're seeing that not everybody run to the ball, because until you know exactly where it is.
Mm-hmm.
Because if you fall for one of these fakes, like we've been faked out 3 times already,
At least.
if you fall for one of them and you don't know where that ball is, there's a good chance the guy that just ran right by you had it. So it's very important to stay home.
Yeah, I might have been pulled from this defense already because.
He would have been faked out.
Oh,
And they hand it off at the middle. The quarterback does not have it. It's in the backfield. It's over here. I did not fall for that one. No gain.
That was another false start, though.
I thought I saw somebody move too.
There was a
you're
couple
right.
guys. They're just not getting that false start.
Yeah, there was a couple little flinches there that they've missed. Hopefully they catch them here shortly. So 3rd and 15, no gain on the dive. A couple of our guys ran with the quarterback, but that's what I was talking about, James. That's their goal. Those guys over here on this side, they're supposed to make sure if the quarterback keeps it, they've got him. And that's what they did. The defensive line stuffed it. 3rd and 15. Ball's at the 29. Big play here. Let's make it 4th and long. Watch for that false start. There's the pitch. Where's the outside? Somebody get him. There's a good tackle at the 24-yard line.
14 and 21 in on that tackle.
That's Mason Barr with a great tackle, and A.J. Knight in on it as well.
Now, it does give them 4th and 8.
It's okay. I like 4th and long. They haven't had a lot of offensive plays that have gone more than 5 yards.
No, they haven't. You got to watch out for that halfback pass here, although I want
them to throw it.
Yeah.
They've got 1 interception already. I don't even think they have a completion yet, do they?
No,
the only completion they have was to Mason. All right, they were going to make a late substitution, decided against it. 4th and 8. Quick snap. There it is. Misdirection. And that's where it was. They ran right by somebody who had their eyes somewhere else. So it wasn't even snapped to the quarterback.
Their best play of the night, 22 yards.
And the score is tied 6-6. They've been keeping that one under wraps. That play we hadn't seen the whole game. And he kind of stayed with the ball for just a second while everybody ran to the left, and then he took off down the right. So 6-6 is your score, 4:39. And there was an owl there for the tackle. There was an owl. He did not know he had the ball. He was watching the quarterback, and that guy ran right by him, just like we talked about. And it's just so hard because there's so many different ways you have to be looking. Extra point is up, and I believe it's good.
No good.
No, they call it no good. Okay,
Same.
even better.
Wide left for both kickers.
Boy, it was right on the top of the upright. It was really hard to tell from here. So extra point is no good. 6-6 is your score with 4:39 left in the second quarter. And unfortunately, that turnover ends up hurting us a little bit. Owls could have had the ball and tried to turn it into a two-score game, but with that fumble and the fumble recovery, Blanco finally turns it into some points. That is the third Hondo Owl turnover already. So we're going to have to get that cleaned up, but it's very, very early in the season. I will also say that there was a little bit of rain before the game started. That's why we started a little bit late. And that field probably has a little precipitation on it. It's a little bit slick. You can actually see the track has water spots on it. Where we're at on top of the press box, there's puddles. Nobody's sitting in the chairs because they're all wet. So there's definitely some moisture out there. That ball's probably got a little bit of slickness to it. So there's a good reason that that ball's been on the ground as many times as it has, which just means you've got to be a little bit more ready for ball security. You've got to get that second hand over the ball, hold it nice and tight.
Yeah, definitely. We'll see here. The last time we kick off, Blanco put it into the end zone.
It was going the other direction, though. So, I mean, there's not a whole lot of breeze. I think Mason wants to return this, though. Apparently, I'm wrong. I don't know. That was about 3 yards over Mason's head. I thought he could have caught it about at the goal line at first, but it did sail into the end zone. So the Owls will take over at the 25.
I think the coaches tell them, if it's at the goal line or anything close, just let it go in, play it safe. Anything you see the
You know Mason wanted to go catch that, though. He wants redemption. He wants it bad. So hopefully he can get it on this drive right now.
Well,
So
let's
the
see.
offense is coming back out 6-6, 4:39 remaining in the second quarter.
Been about 30 minutes and we've seen Colton Alvarez.
Yeah,
I saw him throwing on the sideline, staying warm.
Well, this is his first play since he ran 63 yards for a touchdown. So offense back on the field, and a lot of people moving all over the place. The defense was moving, the center moved. I'm thinking it was offense, though. Because you can move on the defense, you just can't touch anybody. And I don't think anybody touched anybody. Let's see.
I think
maybe they did.
They might get the defensive line for encouraging or
they
false
might have
snap.
said, if they say something like hut hut, or they say, I mean, there's a lot of different things they can do if they fake like they're going to hit the ball.
Can't even clap because Hondo does the clap, so the clapping is illegal for the defense.
Okay. Well, maybe that's what they did. So it's going to be 1st and 5. I think that is what it is. I think the coach is telling him, hey, your guys went up here and started clapping. And he's like, well, that's what we do. And he's like, no, we're halfway, we're a quarter and a half into the game. You haven't clapped once.
You can't mimic our snap count.
Don't tell us that you're going to start doing claps. So 1st and 10 now, or 1st and 5 for the Owls at the 30-yard line.
That may have been a late implementation in the first quarter.
Yeah. And there's a snap. They're going to hand it off to Mason up the middle. Get that ball secured. Good run by Mason up to the 45-yard line. That's a 15-yard gain by Mason, who threw that second hand over the ball. That ball was not coming out.
Nope.
I don't know if you could have pried it out. 15-yard gain, 1st and 10 for the Owls. And they're going to mark it at the 44, so let's say a 14-yard gain. Clock running inside 4.5 minutes now. 2 receivers to the left, 1 to the right. There's a snap, and they hand it to Mason again, who makes a nice cut, makes another nice cut, gets it across midfield, down to about the 48-yard line. That's a gain of 8 yards.
Great play to juke the linebacker out of his cleats.
And it was a good job by the offensive line because there wasn't any penetration. Mason was able to get to the linebacker before anybody was really there and then make the move. So Mason had 3 yards, then made the linebacker miss, then made the defensive back miss, and turned it into an 8-yard positive gain. 2nd down and 2. Owls 2 receivers to the right in Blanco in Panther territory. 1 to the short side of the field. And they fake the handoff. He's going to keep it this time. Gets the 1st down, gets it across the 45 down to the 44-yard line. Moving the chains. Alvarez with the keeper. It's going to be a 5-yard gain.
We got young receivers on the field, and you see them a little antsy. They're kind of going with that clap. You'd like to see them hold until they see that snap.
Yeah, you got Cade Alvoid over here on the short side. Over on that far side, I think it's Leighton and maybe, I can't see that other number, maybe number 9. Leighton there with a catch. It's going to get it out almost to the 1st down marker. It's a gain of 9 yards.
That's 2 receptions for Leighton. He's closing in on that 3 mark that we talked about earlier.
So 9-yard gain, second and very short, less than 1. Clock inside 3 minutes now. Owls taking their time. Very different speed and feel when the Owls are on offense versus the Panthers.
Oh, yeah. And we got 2 timeouts, so no rush here.
No, let's use all this clock and then put it into the end zone and go in with a 7-point lead. Second down and short of a little less than 1. Mason goes in motion. Ball's on the ground, looking to throw it. He is going to throw it deep, and it's going to be intercepted. Somebody wrap him up. There we go. Down to the 25-yard line. Ball was a little bit underthrown. If you're going to throw it on second and short, which I like it, the whole, it was all thrown off by that ball snapped to the ground.
Yeah.
And so I think it made Alvarez kind of have to throw all his moment. He wasn't able to keep his eyes up on the field, and he kind of let that thing float. I say throw it to the back of the end zone,
Yeah.
and if Mason can get to it, fantastic. And if he can't, you come back third and half a yard.
I think you're absolutely right. He let it float a little too much, put a little too much air under it. And we're still, this offense is evolving. This is Colton did get a lot of quarterback play last year, but it's his from the get-go this year. So
we're kind of lucky to be in this game right now with 4 first-half turnovers. We've got 2 fumbles, 2 interceptions, and it's just real sloppy right now. So 1st and 10, they're going to hand it off up the middle. Somebody's got to wrap him up. Number 7 still on he's gone. Nobody wrapped him up. It was like they didn't even know he had the ball.
Yep.
And that's how fast things can change. You've got to wrap up that ball carrier. He literally bounced off a couple guys that probably thought he didn't have the ball. And number 7 is able to take it on the first play. And how big is that? Hondo had second and less than 1 and decided to try to go for a touchdown, underthrow the pass. It's intercepted, and that's what happens with turnovers. So they have 2 touchdowns now, both of them off of Hondo Owl turnovers.
Yep.
They have not been able to do anything against this defense on a long, sustained drive, but we keep giving them the ball, and the defense is just starting to get tired.
Oh, yeah. I mean, they've been out on the field for practically the entire game.
I agree. Extra points good, 13-6. With 2 minutes and 7 seconds left, it is very important for the Hondo Owl offense to show us something on this drive right now. We got 2 minutes and 7 seconds left. Remember, Blanco's going to get the ball first in the second half, and the momentum has really swung, and it doesn't feel like it should have. It feels like we've just been shooting ourselves in the foot, and it's important that we hold on to the ball security. You're not going to win a lot of games with turnovers. Coach has told us that many times in coaches shows. There's not a lot of games where we get to talk about a game from the previous week where we turn the ball over this many times and it comes out in a positive way. So there's a lot of game left. It's only a 1-score game, but we've got to clean it up. This is really messy. There's a lot of youth on that offense, and somebody's got to stop thinking that they're a freshman or sophomore and make a play. We need someone to make a play. And right now, honestly, the mistakes are coming from the upperclassmen.
Mm-hmm.
We're seeing some fumbles from seniors. We're seeing some turnovers from seniors that are not usually it's not usually a problem for them. So I don't know if it's they've been waiting for the lights senior year, waiting for that moment, and they're trying a little too hard, maybe giving 120% when they give 100, it's just enough. So let's see if we can make something happen this last 2 minutes and 7 seconds. We really need to see if we can get this ball driven down the field, put some points on the board, because we don't want to go in down a touchdown and they have the ball first.
Yeah, they're coaching the old cliche. We have to end every drive with a kick. It's either got to be a punt or an extra point. We cannot be putting the ball on the turf and giving these guys an opportunity.
And here's the kick. They're going to go with the short pooch kick.
Kyron Rodriguez with the fair
catch. Good job. He fair catches that at the 40, and that's good. We get a shorter field. I'll take that. I'm a little surprised they tried to do that. Maybe they thought we were going to all be running backwards.
They really wanted to flip momentum.
Yeah, they did. So real good job there by the sophomore Kyron Rodriguez, who they go with a high pooch kick. He calls the fair catch, which means he doesn't have to worry about getting hit. If he's making that catch and one of these guys flying down the field makes contact with him, we'll get an extra 15 yards out of it. He makes the fair catch, falls to the ground. 1st and 10 for the Owls at the 40. So short field. Let's see if we can make something happen. We've moved the ball. The only thing that stopped us has been ourselves. Shotgun formation. Rolling out, looking to throw it. Good job. Nice catch.
Good job by Leighton Pope on
Leighton
the sideline.
stayed in bounds, got his feet in, 9-yard gain,
Stops
and
the clock.
stops the clock at 2 minutes. Did somebody call a timeout? I guess they did. So we have a timeout on the field because I don't see anybody injured,
No, I didn't see it.
right?
I didn't see him call for timeout. Do we have a
Okay.
2-minute warning in high school now?
Do we? I don't think we do. I've been doing this for 3 years. How come I don't remember that? I didn't think they did, but maybe they do. So 2 minutes left here in the second quarter. We're going to have 2nd and 1. Somebody had to have called the timeout, right? How many timeouts does it show on the board?
None. Nice new board, but it does not show
Oh,
timeouts.
you're right. It doesn't show timeouts on the board. I saw all those twos at the bottom. I thought it was 2 timeouts, but you're right. All right, so 2nd and 1. Ball's at the Hondo Owl 49-yard line after the 9-yard completion to Leighton. That's his 3rd catch of the game. Alvarez, shotgun formation. He's got Mason on his left side. 2 receivers to the right, 2 receivers to the left. He's looking to throw it. It's going to be a quick pass. It's going to be caught by number 3. That's going to be a first down. Kyron with the catch up to the 48.
It's going to stop the clock while they spot the ball.
Clock's at 1:53 right now. And let the Owls get set up, and they do. Okay. Low snap again. He's throwing off his back foot. Oh, in and out of the hands of number 13. That was a really good throw by Leighton Pope, but he did take a hit as soon as that ball hit his hands and knocked it loose. Falls incomplete, which stops the clock with 1:41 left. 13-6 is our score right now. 2nd down and 10.
Yeah, number 2 for Blanco did a good job of separating him from the ball.
Need to get the snaps a little bit more on target. There, that's much better. Going to have him rolling out. And he throws it, and it's high and off the fingertips of number 3, Kyron Rodriguez.
Now we're going to see a little theme here with the Honda receivers. We do not have that much height.
No,
Kyron and Leighton, both sophomores, both very athletic. Just they haven't stretched out quite as much as we need them to yet.
I don't think they'll be hanging from the rim during basketball season. I'm just going to throw that out there. I don't think it's going to happen. 3rd down and 10. Ball's at the Panther 48. Need to get some positive yards here, and they're going to fake the handoff, throw it to Pope, who makes a man miss, keeps his feet, and he's going to get it down just shy of a first down, inside the 40, down to the 39-yard line. That was a good move. It was only going to be a 5-yard gain, turns into a 9-yard gain, and now the Owls, I think, are going to use another timeout, and they do. So it's going to be 4th and less than 1. Again, good play by Pope. That's his 4th reception. It was only a little stop route, but he was able to make that defender miss and turn it in from a 5 to 9, make it much more manageable 4th and 1. What are you looking for in 4th and 1? I personally like the hands in Mason's, like the ball in Mason's hands. Do you think he pulls it out if everybody commits and Alvarez keeps it? I definitely don't want to see the ball in the air. I think 4th and 1, let's get the first down, get a fresh set of downs, and see if we can drive the ball. What are you thinking?
Well, I've heard rumors of a blue package, and it looks like I see it there. They're bringing in 2 tight ends, Anthony Garza and Colton Weimers, and you got, so basically 2 extra linemen in here. And they're going with the beef, and I think they're going to hand it off to Andrew Tapia here.
And actually, Andrew's going to be the lead blocker. And Alvarez is going to get that first down very easily. He's going to get that and much, much more. Keeps pushing the pile all the way up to the 31-yard line.
And that was 5 yards before he got touched.
Yeah, it really was.
I mean, that line, and with Andrew as the lead blocker, that was beautiful, and you want to see that every short distance.
Yeah, clock's inside 1:10 now.
Now, they didn't show the signal for Hondo out of timeout, so I believe we still have 1 in the pocket.
I agree. I do think we still have 1. 2 receivers to the wide side of the field here on the left. Fake the handoff. Looking to throw it. And number 7 with the catch. Down to the 20, down to the 15. Keep your feet. Down to the 15-yard line. Really nice catch and run by the freshman, Cade Alvoy. Gets it down to the 15-yard line. The clock should stop. 47 seconds. We do not have those chains. They're not set yet. Why are we rolling the clock when the chain hasn't even gotten down there?
Only the first down marker's got to be set.
Here we go.
Ooh.
Quarterback keeper. He's thrown to the ground for a 2-yard loss, and Owls going to have to use their 3rd timeout. All right, don't like that play so much. Didn't work out. Second down and 12. Ball's inside the blue zone for the first time for the Hondo Owl offense.
Now you got to call 2 plays right here. You got to have 2 plays in your pocket unless you're going out of bounds or in case you don't go out of bounds because you got 36 seconds. Now
That
you're out of timeouts.
36 is enough. 36. I would be a little bit more concerned if it was like 16. 36 is enough that if you get tackled for a 3 or 4 yard gain, you should be able to get up over the ball, get either spike it and make it third, or actually you're on second down right now. So if you spike it, you're going to move it to fourth down. So you got to think about that too. And we know we have a freshman kicker. He kicked that ball from the 40, about 5 yards deep into the end zone. But kicking it off a tee and kicking a field goal are two different things. I did get to see him. We were after the coaches show. He was kicking, and he does have a pretty good leg. I do feel like I don't know what his range is, but I feel like if we got him inside 30 yards, they might go for it. 13-6 is our score. We've got 36 seconds left here in the second quarter. Shotgun formation, 2 receivers to the wide side. Pope in motion. Good snap. Looking to throw it. It's there. He finds him at the 5. Is he going to get in the end zone? Show it. There it is.
There it is.
I thought he hit the pylon, and he did. He hit the pylon with the ball.
Mason Barr with the dive into the end zone. He was wide open there in the flat.
He was wide open at the 5. It was a very good throw by Alvarez. And Mason diving for the pylon, hits the ball. As long as the ball hits the pylon before a knee or an elbow is down, that is a touchdown, and that is exactly what Mason did. A little bit of redemption for Mason after the early turnover troubles. Let's see if we can get this extra point now with 27 seconds left and tie this game up. Freshman kicker number 26, Gabriel Rodriguez, gets his foot into it and
There
kicks it
is.
through. That looked like a professional kick.
His first points of his career. Nice.
So some big plays by the freshman in this drive. We got the extra point from the freshman. We had a really good catch by number 7, Cade Alvoit, who got it down inside the blue zone. And then once the Owls got it down there, coming off of a timeout, they run a really good play with Mason out of the backfield in motion. Put him out into the flat where they make the cornerback have to decide, am I going to come up? Because the wide receiver ran a little hitch route. He was watching the wide receiver, didn't even notice Mason slid in behind him. Mason makes the catch at the 5-yard line and does the rest on his own, diving at the goal line to cross it and score. We have a 13-13 game, and the momentum has swung back to the Owls.
And you got to give it to Colton Alvarez after the interception and then the long run by Blanco for the bring the offense out with 2 minutes to go. Granted, we had the 2 timeouts, and he did a great job of orchestrating the offense and moving them downfield. Great throws on that drive. He was hitting everybody right in the numbers. They had no choice but to catch it.
Well, and we talked about it a little earlier when we went down 13-6, how the seniors were the ones that were making the mistakes. We had a couple by Colton and a couple by Mason, and look what ended up happening. They came back and said, hey, we're the leaders of this team. We need to show these guys how we lead. And the way we lead is we drive and we score, and both players were instrumental in that touchdown.
Now let's see. From what I've been told, Gabriel can put it into the end zone on these kickoffs. So I'd like to see him put it back there. Don't give him any kind of run back. Let's set the defense.
Let's pin them back deep and make them take a knee, and let's go in at halftime tied 13-all. Nice high kick down to the 15-yard line. And let's make sure we wrap up. He does a little bit of a juke. He finds a seam. Good tackle there by number 2 and number 15.
There is some.
Number 2 was Caleb Coronado. Number 15 was the freshman, Cannon Reef, with his first tackle. There is some laundry down over on the far side.
And Gabriel's a backup linebacker, and so he was back there. It's a good safety net to have as the kicker.
And there was a chop block. You can't go below the waist on these blocks, especially on kicks. It's all about safety. Remember, they used to do like a wall where you had 4 or 5 guys and somebody just come in and blow it up. They don't do that anymore. They've really tried to change the rules around for the safety of these kids, and they actually do that at every level now for safety reasons on the kickoffs.
Well, that's 15 yards for Blanco.
Yep, 15 yards back. So they're going to have to start inside their own 20. Now we want to play kind of a safety. You don't want to have everybody crowding the line. We want to make sure we have a couple of our safeties back. No big plays here. 13-13, 22 seconds left. Blanco does have a timeout or 2. And they're going to hand it up. Who's got the ball? It's up in the middle. There you go. Man, they're just guys running everywhere, left and right. Got to find that ball. And the defense did a good job of finding it. No gain. and that's probably going to be the last play of the first half. Inside 5 seconds, and Blanco's going to take it inside. 13-13 is your score. What a good first half. It kind of started off slow. It was very, very sloppy at the very beginning of the game. We find our ways to get a couple touchdowns. Both sides find the end zone. A couple big plays. We had a run by Alvarez over 60 yards. Then they come back and score a couple times, a 22-yarder and one over 70. And then it's like, man, the momentum just feels like it's left us. But with 2 minutes left, the Owls find a way to get the ball. That pooch kick kind of came back to hurt them. They kicked
Oh
it,
yeah.
just to the 40-yard line. Give us a short field, 60 yards. 2 minutes is plenty of time for senior Colton Alvarez to help lead the Owls down the field, and they find a way to score with less than 30 seconds left, and that gets us to 13-13 at half.
And it's like you said earlier, we're lucky to be in this position. We have 4 turnovers, and it's a tie game at halftime. And you're on the road, and you get all the jitters out. I like what you said. We got the freshmen involved. Cade Alvoid had the nice catch. You saw
Reef had a really good tackle there
tackle.
on that kickoff.
Gabriel had his kick. I think you settled the nerves for some of those younger guys, even some of the sophomores. Kyron Rodriguez had a good half. He had the fair catch, a touchdown saving tackle early, a nice catch there late. Leighton Pope has had what 4 or 5 catches. So doing some really good work, and I think they're settling down, and you might see some more consistency out of the offense as we move forward.
I agree. I think there were a little bit of nerves, a little bit of jitters. You get yourself. I don't remember. Did you play football, James? But if you didn't, I'm telling you right
Younger.
now, when you in high school football, when you're playing on Friday night, you get the mindset. I am ready to go. When 7 o'clock gets here, I am so ready to be out on that field and to hit somebody, to make a play. Well, then you get a weather delay. So these guys rode the bus here, probably got here, my guess is around 5 o'clock, and it was a long bus ride. And so you're getting taped, you're getting stretched out, you're getting massaged, whatever you're getting done, and all of a sudden you find out about 6:30, I think maybe 6:15. I got the text from coach saying, "Hey, I think there's going to be a weather delay."
Hmm.
So that means if he's telling me, the kids probably found that out maybe just a few minutes before that. So they're thinking, man, 45 minutes away from just laying the wood on somebody, and all of a sudden that's taken away, and you've got to kind of reset. So in your mind, you're ready, but you've got to stop. And so I think that kind of threw the groove off of the whole game. It felt a little sluggish on both sides. I think both
Definitely.
teams felt sluggish. It felt like they weren't in a very good rhythm. There were some penalties on the offense for the Panthers. There were some penalties and some turnovers on the Owls. It just felt really sluggish that first quarter of the game. It didn't feel like these were two uh, well-run teams, even though we know they are.
Oh
The
yeah.
coach for Blanco came over from Liberty Hill. He has a reputation for being a very good coach, and Coach Templin has done a fantastic job with the Owls over the last few years. So we knew that these coaching staffs have these kids prepared. But when you throw in the rain, you throw in the delay, you throw in the ball's got a little bit of slickness to it, and it just kind of threw things off. But as the second quarter rolled around and the end of the first quarter, you could see the team starting to sharpen up. You could see that the plays were run a little bit more crisp, and you could just tell that this game is going to turn into a really good one here in the second half.
Oh yeah, definitely. And like you said, they come amped up not just from a bus ride and the weather delay, but from a summer worth of program, summer work. Coach Templin mentioned on the coaches show that he had one of the greatest, best turnouts he's had of his summer program. So, a lot of these guys were working hard during the summer, and they were really looking forward to getting out here. And to take a little delay, it's a little tough, but I think they rebounded. The defense to me has been, the anchor of this team at the moment. They've been on the field probably 80% of the first half. This offense, it's that run ball control offense. The defense has done a really good job wrapping it up. We've given up 2 plays, and that's it. And both of them were unfortunately for touchdowns. But I think the defense is locked in. You'll see some adjustments. Now we're going to make some adjustments at halftime, and maybe we see Mason Barr a little bit more on defense in some key situations and stuff like that. But right now, I think what we're doing, rotating that defensive line. You see that defensive line rotating. You got Stanakunis, you got Rudy Alvarado, Colton Weimers, Mason Martinez,
Mason, Liston Blanks made some good
Liston
plays.
Blanks.
The defensive line has really been
Spicer
stout.
Sigmund,
They've
another
been
one.
really doing a good job, and that probably all goes back to the summer program that you were talking about. Them being, and remember, this is a volunteer. They can't make them come during the summer, but they volunteer. It's a volunteer that we want you to come. We'll try to reward you with the big water party or whatever they had. But I mean, they had a really good turnout, and I got to think that their summer program is a little bit different than what my summer program was, because my summer program was okay. Sonic has burgers half price on Tuesday, and then wings on Wednesday at Pizza Hut, and then yeah, which is probably why they look like they do and I look like I do. But yeah, I think I'm gonna have to find out if Coach is willing to share the summer program. Maybe get myself in shape before I turn 50.
There you go.
So, and we've had some fun things outside of football too. I don't know if you know this or not, but I am now grandpa.
I heard.
So I
I've
don't
seen
go.
some
I didn't get to
pictures.
go by that last year. It just happened about 3 months ago. We've got a granddaughter, Genevieve, Elise Aiken, which has the same initials as I do, JEA. So I'm a little honored at that. And so she is the cutest little redhead you've ever seen, and I'm super super stoked to get to spend time with her. In fact, it's kind of hard to be at a football game because sometimes they come over on Friday nights. So, but I'm always gonna be true to my Owls. But I'm looking forward to her getting to come to her first Hondo Owl football game. I'm hoping maybe next week against Carrizo Springs she makes an appearance. I believe there's a chance. We've been looking. I know my daughter-in-law's been looking for that elusive 3-month-old cheerleading outfit, Hondo Owl cheerleading outfit. You don't realize how hard that is to find until you want one,
Oh, it's out there
and
though.
I believe she found it. So I'm looking forward to seeing her wear the Hondo Owl blue and cheering on the Owls with us next week. So if you are looking to follow the Owls, make sure you show up at Berryfield next week when we take on the Carrizo Springs Wildcats, and that'll be our first home game next Friday.
Right now, you got the Hondo Mighty Owl Band on the field.
It is our first look at the Owl Band for the 2025 season. They're always one of the best.
We'll go ahead and step away for a moment, let you watch the band, and then we'll be back with the second half.
The director of the Hondo Maya Band is Clint Marchis. Assistants are Daniel Hernandez and Joseph Garrett. Motion tech, Chrissy Marchis. Color tech, Nori Hine. And step coordinator, Bandy Atkinson. We want to thank our Hondo boosters
Okay, we're still at halftime here at Blanco. We got about 6 minutes and 30 seconds until we return to play. Real quick, I'd like to go over and thank our sponsors again. And please get out and support our sponsors. They're key to what we do at Haba, and so get out and support the community. We have Z's Kitchen, Medina Regional Hospital, State Farm, Cameron Garcia, Texan Bank, C&W Fuels, the Hondo Anvil Herald, Herman Sons, and Medina Electric Cooperative. Also have some local scores. Right now in the fourth quarter, Jourdanton is losing to Poth 20-19. Crystal City is winning against Ingram 27-20 in the third quarter. Bandera is beating Poteet 52-0 at the moment in Poteet. That's in the fourth quarter. Of course, most of these games are going to be ahead of us due to our weather delay. Uvalde is up on Carrizo Springs 28-8. That's in the third quarter. The Divine War Horses are up on Randolph right now 22-20 in the fourth quarter. And you got Dilley up on Sabinal 27-9. That's at halftime. Medina Valley is beating Leander 34-20 in the third quarter. And then, of course, you have your Hondo Owls 13-13 at halftime. Let's see here. We did see a Lytle score. Cole is winning against San Antonio Memorial 17-0 in the third quarter. And Llano is up on the Lytle Pirates 41-7 in the third quarter. That's some of our local district scores.
And a lot of those teams we'll be seeing later on in the season.
Again, one more time, I'm going to thank our sponsors. You see them scrolling around on the bottom here during our broadcast. We encourage you to get out and support our sponsors. Z's Kitchen, Medina Regional Hospital, State Farm, Cameron Garcia, Texan Bank, C&W Fuels, the Hondo Anvil Herald, Herman Sons, and Medina Electric Cooperative.
We're just a few moments away from the start of the second half. It is 13-13 here at Panther Stadium in Blanco, Texas. Actually, first time I've been to this stadium, and I got to say, it's very, very nice. Very traditional with the track that goes around the football field. Bright painted colors, like most fields that we see nowadays. There's a lot of, you don't see too many grass fields anymore, you know. I think you got to get into the 1A and the 2A before you start seeing grass fields. Almost everybody's gone to the artificial turf, and it looks really, really sharp.
Got some stats here from the first half. First downs, Hondo 10, Blanco 7. Rushing yards, Hondo 14 rushes for 120 yards. Blanco 25 rushes for 186 yards. Passing, Hondo is 8 for 13 for 84 yards. And, of course, the 2 interceptions. And Blanco is 0 for 3 with the 1 interception. So they have not completed a pass yet.
I didn't think so. Well, they did complete 1 to Mason.
Yeah. We got fumbles, of course. Hondo with 2, Blanco with none. Penalties. Hondo's had 3 penalties for 20 yards. Blanco a little bit more penalized, 7 penalties for 55 yards. Individual rushing for Hondo, Colton 9 rushes for 86 yards. And Mason 5 rushes for 33 yards. We have some receiving stats here too. Leighton Pope has 4 catches, 36 yards. Mason Barr 2 catches, 29 yards. Cade Alvoy 1 catch, 16 yards. And Kyron Rodriguez 1 catch, 3 yards. Thank you to Jeff Berger, the Hondo Anvil, for those stats at halftime.
And that is quite the horn when the team comes in. In case you're wondering, the camera doesn't pan all the way to the end zones, but there's a blue and yellow Ford Focus parked in the end zone, and that's the horn on that Ford Focus. They really upgraded on the horn there. Should have gone with the tinted windows. So 13-13 is your score. We're just moments away. Blanco will be receiving the second half kick. They won the toss and deferred. So the Owls took the ball at the beginning of the game. And after a sloppy first quarter, really, really excited to see what we see here in the third and fourth quarter because things were a lot cleaner and crisper in the second quarter. And that's when a lot of the scoring was done on both sides of the ball and on both by both teams. So let's see what happens. The Owls really moved the ball well at the very end of the second quarter, which is 2 minutes after giving up a really big play to the Panthers. And, it's kind of cool getting to call an Owl-Panther game. It's just a little different. The Panthers were wearing orange in my day. They weren't wearing blue and gold. So a little bit different colors out there, but still exciting. It's not as big of a rivalry as the ones we used to have against Medina Valley, but this might be a new budding one up here because we
Yeah.
played them last year for the first time in 70 years, and now we're playing them again this year. Who knows? We might start seeing them on the schedule more and more, and I think it's a good first beginning of the season game because Blanco's a really good opponent, and I think the Owls, if they want to take that next step, you want to play against quality opponents so that you can kind of measure yourself and see where you need to make the improvements.
Definitely, and the Hondo wants to get that ball back because I really think it was the last two drives, even before the interception at the end zone, the Hondo Owls were moving the ball really well. So, we're seeing that consistency more on offense. We take care of the ball a little bit, and
We don't even have a punt.
that's
I
yeah.
mean, we haven't punted it and we haven't turned it over on downs. It's just been turnovers, fumbles, and interceptions. So if we can hold on to the ball when we've done that, we've scored.
Oh yeah,
And I'd love to see the offense on the field a little bit more than the defense in the second half because the defense is starting to get gassed there a little bit.
definitely.
So the freshman, number 26, getting ready for the kickoff here in the third quarter. Gets his foot into it. Nice deep kick down to about the 15-yard line. And number 9 looking for a hole. And he breaks one tackle, and then he's met by a slew of Owls at about the 32-yard line, and that's where the Panthers will take over to start the third quarter. 13-13 is our score.
I don't expect to see too many.
Does the clock just run like that?
I thought they stopped it,
I
but
thought they did too. So I did find out. Rob did text me. Rob Laporte, who'll be doing our home games with me, sent me a text and said that the 2-minute warning is a new thing for high school football this year. So he pointed it out to me. He actually showed me a picture of the newspaper, which that's how us old folks roll. I'm just letting you know. When he didn't show me like an article on his phone. He
A
showed
link.
me a picture of the newspaper on his table. So here on first down, nice filling of the hole right there by Tapia, number 24, and that's a loss of 2 yards, so second down and 12.
Defense starting right where they left off, being aggressive, shooting those gaps, and a good job again by the defensive line, plugging those holes and leaving a free shot for those linebackers.
They are not moving our defensive line, like creating holes. Now, they might put 2 caps on one of our guys and kind of push him back a little bit, but when it's one-on-one, we're winning those battles. So second down and 12. Offense gets up quickly. They were barely set, if at all. Again, nice job by the defense. Tapia there and somebody else. I'd like to see who that was because the other person was the one that really made a good
I think it
tackle
was
there.
Rudy.
Was it Rudy?
Yeah, or maybe number 33.
It might have been Anthony Garza. I think that might have been who it was.
Yeah, they
And
stood him up.
Yeah, he went 2 yards past the sticks, and then he stopped. And he was running with a full head of steam, and he ran into a wall. And that wall is named Rudy.
Yeah.
So
Anthony Garza is one of those new seniors for us this year.
Yeah. So third and 8. Ball's at the 34-yard line. Again, quickly to the line. See if they all get set. Man in motion. They hand it up in the middle. Nobody's tackling. Number 7's breaking tackles again. Boy, he does not go down very easily. And he is able to get the first down up to midfield. And he's the same one that broke that long run. He went right past 3 or 4 of the Owls, and it was like they didn't know he had the ball. So he's hiding that ball really well, and it's so important that if you see somebody run by you, wrap them up, knock them down. If they don't have the ball, so be it. So a big first down on third and 8, and now the Panthers with the ball at the 49-yard line. Clock's inside 10 minutes now. Again, I did not think he was set. And a lot, maybe to the line of scrimmage. That was a great job by number 52. That's Mason Martinez.
Colby Evans in there with the tackle too.
Boy,
Yeah.
they are really pushing the envelope on getting set. And that's the thing. If you're going to go this fast, you
Well,
have to be set before you snap that ball.
so you know
And
the line judges switch at halftime. So now we have the line judge that was listening to the Blanco coach tell them they were set all day. Now
well,
he's going to get an earful from the Honda
I
coaches.
guarantee you Templin is talking in that ear saying, "Watch that left side of the offense. It's usually that left side that's not getting set. They're the last one to get up." There you go. I mean, it had happened like 3 times.
That one though, it's there. It seems like they're only going to call that obvious one, and that was a lineman just really jumped. They're giving that tight end a little bit of a leeway because he's bobbing. You know, he's bobbing. He's not quite
Yes,
coming.
his head is definitely moving more than anyone else on the line. And I mean, we can see it up here. I gotta believe they're closer to the action than they can see it too. So finally, they called it. We called them out on it, and they caught it. So 2nd down and 15 after the stop, and now the 5-yard penalty.
TJ in on defense.
And the
Oh,
ball's on
ball's
the
on the
ground.
ground.
Come on, somebody find it. Somebody find it. It's still on the
There it
ground.
is.
I
Hondo
think we
ball.
got it. I think the Owls have it. Somebody show it to me. Give me the signal. First down.
Number 21 with the recovery.
And that's a Panther turnover.
Who's number
Been waiting for
21 on
that.
that list?
21 is the one that came up with it. That is A.J. Knight.
with the recovery.
So the Owls with a big turnover in the second half. Ball is at the 38-yard line of the Panthers, and now the Owls with the chance to move the ball and get that lead and hopefully keep it for the rest of the game.
That's what you want your defense to do. They came out, they gave up 1 first down, and then just tightened up. Now, again, the offense was moving the ball. Let's see if we can keep that consistency now.
Don't think the coaches over here were real excited about my Panther call. Shotgun, handoff. Nope, they're going to look to throw it. 5th catch by Pope. Makes a spin move, gets about 4 yards. Make it 5.
Yeah, he's going to have to, with that play, he's going to have to catch it and just turn upfield. It's going to be hard to break some tackles there.
Well, he's not the biggest. And I don't like seeing him limp off. A little twisted ankle maybe.
Well, he has been dealing with a little bit of an ankle injury.
So he's out of the game for right now.
Anthony.
2nd down and 5. Mason in the backfield. And they do hand it off to Mason. And he hits the hole hard. He's going to get the first down and a little bit more. Stays low. Keeps the hips moving forward.
Got 33 in at tight end. I think that's Anthony Garza.
Nice gain of 8 yards there. Gets it down to the 27-yard line. We're almost to the blue zone. Clock's running inside 8 minutes now.
I think this has been a shift. Instead of going with the 4 wide receivers, we'll go with the 3, and then we're going with the tight end. So it's giving a little extra block into our line.
Put Mason in motion now. And he's going to – I like how fast he hits that hole. Makes a cut. He's up the middle. He's into the 10, to the 5. Tripped up at the 5-yard line. That's going to be a first down and goal for the Owls. That's the one I like. I like when Alvarez takes that snap and there's no hesitation. He follows his pulling guard right up the middle. I think Stan Yukinas was the one that pulled, and he followed him right up, read his blockers, made a nice cut up the middle, got it all the way down inside the 10, just tripped up by his shoelaces at the 6-yard line where he's scoring there. And now we're inside the blue zone, and we've got a first and goal.
Very well executed. He was at least 5 yards downfield before he got taught.
And I think there was some movement there. There was a lot of confusion.
Yep,
I thought
Hondo.
Tapia actually was the one that moved. There might have been 2 guys moving at the same time, actually, and I think that's what it was. So Tapia's going to go out now, and Mason's going to come back in.
First and goal from the 11.
All right, first and goal at the 11. 7 minutes, 15 seconds to go here in the 3rd quarter. Plenty of time. Let's get some positive yards here. Let's run it 3 times and just get right into the end zone. They send Mason in motion, and they fake the handoff. They run up the middle. He makes a good cut, makes another cut. He's down to the 5, the 3. He's going to get in. Alvarez gets into the end zone, makes a nice cut. That fake handoff has always been a big play for the Owls. They used to do it when they had DJ and use Mason coming across, and you have to be aware where Mason is. It moves the whole defense, shifts him to the far side of the field, and then you watch Alvarez, and he just takes it the other direction, and it's a one-on-one matchup. I like Alvarez every time against a small cornerback on the other team.
And I think it was their blue package again. where they bring in double tight ends with Colton Weemers and Anthony Garza, and he ran right behind him. And
Another low snap. Good job with the kicker getting it up, and that's good.
Yep.
That was a good job of getting the ball down. Whoever receives that, I don't know if that's Alvarez, but I think he's the holder. And it's not easy to be a holder, especially when those balls are coming in skipping, and he did a good job of getting it down. The freshman kicker puts it up and through, and that's the kind of start we were looking for in the third quarter. We create a turnover, and then we take the ball down, and we run it down their throats, put a touchdown up on the board, and we've got a 7-point lead. It's the biggest of the night so far for the Hondo Owls.
Yes, and I like what they're doing with Colton on his passes. They're doing those nice, safe, dig routes and he's just putting it on a line and giving it right to his receiver. And he's letting the receivers make the play. He doesn't have to make the play with those arms.
Here's the nice thing about those 5, 7, 9-yard routes they're running right now. They're running a lot of dig routes, a lot of out routes, and if they need it late in the game, you look for the double move because they're all going to be jumping up on those short passes, and all of a sudden Mason's going to run a 6-yard out, or Alvoyd's going to run a 6-yard out, and he's going to turn it up the field, and they're going to burn somebody.
And we may not have the size at receiver, but we definitely have the speed at receiver.
Agreed. And that's the same thing with seeing Pope run these short. We know how fast he is. If they jump on a short route and he just takes it off down the field, good luck. All right, kick down to the 15-yard line. Let's see if we can stop him deep. Makes a man miss, makes another man miss. Ball's on the ground. Owls recover. And that's a Panther turnover.
Who's that with number 16 with the recovery on that one?
16 is Lindale Johnson on the kicking team. That was a really good pop. I wish I could have seen who hit him.
Yeah,
he made a couple guys miss, but, you dance and weave, and there's some big boys on the kickoff team, and they like to pop you. And a lot of times you got guys that are on the kickoff team that are backups or reserves, and that's the only time they're on the field, so they're hyped up.
Oh, yeah. And like you said, it's just they were trying to make that extra yard, and we got it, and good job jumping on the ball and covering it up. And Al's listening to you and keeping our offense on the field, letting our defense get even more of a rest.
I love it. So the Owls now with a chance to really open up a nice lead. They've got a 7-point lead now, and this would be huge. They put Mason in motion to the wide side of the field. He's got one-on-one out there. Looking to throw it. They throw it up the middle, and he's all over him. Yeah. Thank you. You can't tackle number 44. You got to wait till the ball's there.
That's Anthony Garza, the senior tight end, running right down the middle. And sure, they just tackled him because that was going to be a 6. That was going to be 6 for Hondo.
So they were looking for number 33, Anthony Garza. Was he playing tight end right there?
Yes, he was.
He was running a seam route, and it was pretty good coverage as far as how tight it was. He definitely had him by a step, but 44 got a little nervous, wrapped an arm around him, and that's going to be a 15-yard penalty every day, all day, and twice on Sunday.
Well, I'll tell you what. I'll take that 15-yard penalty versus the 45-yard touchdown. So,
well, the Owls. I want the Owls to have the ball, run that clock out. 6:42 in the third quarter. We got a 7-point lead. They're going to hand it off to Mason. He finds a little hole, gets it out to the 20-yard line. That's a nice – wow, I can't believe they're marking it at the 22. I thought he was way closer to the 20.
Well,
but they mark it at the 22. That's still a nice 6-yard gain.
I
definitely didn't see him going down there where they have it marked.
It's where the ball is when his knee touches, not where his knee touches.
Yeah. And he's low to the ground. I get it, but he wasn't on the ground. So still, nice positive yardage, 6 yards, 2nd down and 4. They send Mason in motion. They're showing blitz. Probably should have thrown it. Probably should have got rid of that. If they're going to show blitz up the middle, that's when you want to throw it out to Mason because there was nobody out there, but it's just not what the play call was. And that I don't know if Alvarez has the
hot route or something.
If he's allowed to make that call when he sees it. If he sends Mason in motion and they're showing double gap blitz with the linebackers up the middle, that seems like the perfect opportunity to swing it out wide and give Mason a one-on-one with the cornerback.
Just quick immediate throw.
And yes, that play may have worked for the Panthers that time, but I guarantee you Coach saw what just happened. He's not going to let it happen again.
Take out the tight end.
Third down and 9. They send Mason in motion again. And he's going to show run, and he's going to get tackled at the line, maybe lose a yard. That was a pretty hard hit Alvarez just took.
Yeah, the middle linebacker cleaned that one up didn't let that play get going, and it's going to end
I
up being
think I
fourth and
think
10.
coach was hoping to get 4 or 5 yards there and be in a more manageable fourth down. He wasn't planning on losing a yard, and so
You're,
now we're at 4th and 10.
yeah, you're still at the 27-yard line, so you got to run a play. It's the kick is not going to net you anything. So
I kind of like Weimer's on the seam route.
yeah, they
I-
have him in.
They've got him in right now. It
They're
didn't.
going to have to call timeout on
Yeah,
this.
they're running out of time. I think they are going to use the first timeout. Let that clock run down. There you go. First timeout taken. Owls right now 20-13 lead. This is our second uh, series with the ball here in the third quarter. They created a turnover right off the kickoff, like maybe the third play of the kick. After the kick, caused a fumble. We recovered it, took it down, scored a touchdown. Alvarez with a nice 11-yard run, and then immediately kick it off to Blanco again. They turn it over on the kickoff. The senior Lindell recovers it, and now we've got the ball for the second time, both times in Blanco territory. It'd be really nice if we could find a way to convert this, but it is not an easy play. It's 4th and 10, and it's kind of in no man's land. Being at the 27-yard line, I think that's outside field goal range. It's way too close to want to punt. I mean, if we were at the 37, I could think of the pooch punt, right?
Yeah.
But just from the 27, that's really, really tough to do. So I think you got to find a play that maybe you're throwing towards the end zone.
I like that.
And if you throw it towards the end zone and we get it, great. If they intercept it, maybe they got the ball at the 1 or 2 yard line.
Yeah.
Maybe we're going to see a penalty. The question is, who do you want to go to? Do you want to go to Pope? Do you want to go to one of the freshmen? I think I kind of like the tight end, but we'll see what they decide to do. I'd like to see Weimer's up the middle. See a linebacker try to take him. That's a big target.
Andrew on the wheel route. Right up the middle.
Oh, through his hands, and look how wide open out here. Weimer's was wide open out in the corner.
That could have been a late hit because Mason didn't catch it, and then the safety took that opportunity to put a hit on him.
Yeah, but Mason is upset at himself. He should have caught that. He knows he should have caught that ball, and I guarantee he's going to come back and make a play later in this game because he's not happy about that. He was probably hearing some footsteps. He knew he was going to take a pretty good lick, but that ball hit him in the hands. That was a really good throw by Alvarez. He had two different receivers open because both of them ran towards the safety, and then they split. So you had Weimer's in the left corner, and you had Mason on the other side. They handed off up the middle. And flags everywhere and tackled at the line of scrimmage, maybe a gain of 1.
They might call false start on this, or illegal motion maybe.
I thought there was way more than one person moving.
And, Blanco's doing a good job of feeding the middle, keeping that middle. It hasn't been there. I think they broke the 1, but they're doing a good job of feeding that middle, trying to set up that outside sweep. So got to keep an eye on it.
And like we said, Coach Templin is in his ear. That guy's going to hear Coach Templin's voice in his sleep tonight.
Oh, yeah.
Talking about, hey, they are not set. If they want to run to the ball, they want to run up to the ball, that's fine. And if they want to snap it, that's fine. But they've all got to be set and not in motion. Nobody can be moving. And if there's more than one person moving, or their offensive line, especially the line, is not set, that's a 5-yard penalty all day long. And I feel like they've had it called on them maybe 3 or 4 times and probably could have been called 4 or 5 more.
Does the down count?
No, it should be first down. Should be.
There we go.
Yeah, first down and 15. There we go.
Yeah, Hondo gets a chance to see him line up.
All right, first down and 15, throws off their rhythm. And there it is, right at the middle.
Number 7.
All right, he gets the 5 back, plus 1. So second down and 9. Again, the coach from Liberty Hill is now over here at Blanco. This split T, I believe is what it's called. And this offense is not what they're used to here. They used to run the spread offense, 4 receiver, throw the ball all over the place. Right now, they have no completions. So this is just very different than what you're used to seeing. Handed off number 15. He finds a hole. Somebody wrap him up. He almost broke it. That was actually a good wrap up by number 6. That's Alex Garcia, who saved a touchdown there.
And they got a first down, reset the downs.
So the ball's at the 43-yard line of the Panthers.
Looked like the defense read that one, just had a little trouble wrapping them up and bringing them down.
Yeah, they did have a couple guys blocking and were kind of pushing our linemen. One of the few times they've been able to push them around. And there's a misdirection to number 12. Wrap him up. Good job. Maybe 3 yards.
Rudy Alvarado staying home on the outside there.
Yep, that was a really good job by Rudy. They're going to give him 4. So 2nd and 6. Ball's at the 47-yard line. 20-13 is your score. We're inside 3 minutes now in the third quarter. This is a Panthers' second offensive possession. Turnover on the first one at the start of the third quarter, and then they really didn't have one because we kicked off to them after we scored, and they turned it over on the kick. So trying to get across midfield for the first time in the second half. And they
Ball was on the ground again, but the quarterback picked it up and got about a yard.
got very lucky.
Bounced right back into his hands.
Yeah, so they gave him 2 yards on that. So make it 3rd down and 4. Need to get down to the 47. They've got the ball at the 49. It is not first down.
Yeah, he has not flipped it yet.
Yeah, guy's like way off.
A couple downs behind.
You know,
I saw that.
He's got his phone and he's like checking out, hey, look who's playing college right now. He's probably checking out some college scores. Maybe he just found out Micah got traded.
Oh, did he now?
That's what I heard. I don't know. Movement again.
He wanted to.
He even reached for his flag.
He reached for it. He gave you the fake.
You saw that, right? He like started to grab it and didn't pull it out.
Oh, yeah. That one was a guard, too. Popped up.
Yeah, he did.
And they got away with it.
Tell you what, number 12 made a nice run, but he felt it. He took 2 or 3 guys, hit him really hard. He had the option of kind of run out of bounds at about the 40.
Get the first
and he's like,
down,
oh,
take
I'll
it.
cut up field and get a couple extra yards. I don't think he's cutting up field next time. I
No.
really don't. I think he's thinking twice about that. So 1st and 10 for the Panthers now in Owl territory. They've
They
got the
might
ball
have
at the 38-yard line.
They're running out of time here. They're going to have to use their first time out of the half.
And you're right. So first timeout used by Blanco gives us a chance to thank our sponsors again. And we'd like to thank Z's Kitchen, Medina Regional Hospital, State Farm and Cameron Garcia, Texan Bank, C&W Fuels, Hondo Amble Herald, Herman Sons, and Medina Electric Co-op. I will also tell you if you ever have to call Texan Bank, making a little call, checking on your account, checking on your balance, and you get Aiden on the phone. It's a good young man, former Owl. You say hi to Aiden, you tell him, go Owls, go. You can tell him Jonathan told you to say that, and he'll be shocked.
There you go.
But he'll always take care of you over at the Texan Bank. So they've got some good local talent at all of our restaurants and businesses in town. And it's nice to see some familiar faces, and you'll be surprised. It's hard to walk into any of these businesses that sponsor our shows and not run into a Hondo Owl.
Yeah, and Z's Kitchen especially, we've been working our way through their menu. Nothing but great things that we've had there at Z's Kitchen. So definitely get out there and see Rick and the fellows there at Z's Kitchen and enjoy their fine menu. Wings, pizza. I'm fond of the smash burger myself. Subs.
You know, I haven't eaten, right?
I know.
I mean, do you hear that growl? That's not. They don't have an actual panther down on the sideline. That's my stomach. All right, 1st and 10 for the Panthers from the 38. Owls need to step it up here. We've got a 7-point lead. Put a man in motion. A couple guys almost had him. Finally brought down at about the 23-yard line. That's going to be a 1st down and a little bit more. Saving the tackle there. The saving tackle was Anthony Garza. A couple guys had a chance at him.
Yeah, you see now it's just a little bit more on each run, kind of wearing down the defense. That first half seems to be taking a little bit of a toll on them.
Well, we need to make a stop. This is their really first time to have to step it up here in the third quarter. We'd love to hold them. We're inside a minute and 15 to go here in the third. I'd like to keep that lead. 20-13 looks pretty good, especially with the 20 on our side.
They just did another Panther first down chant. Let's do a Panther
Getting tired
turnover.
of that. Yep, I agree.
Oh, good wrap up.
Good tackle there by Weimers.
Colton Weimers really jetted in the backfield and held that one.
Only a gain of 1, maybe the line of scrimmage, possibly. Yeah, I don't even think he got 1. So tackled right at the line. 2nd and 10. It's a game of chess with these two coaches. You know they're making their calls, their defensive calls, their offensive calls. Who's going to win? 2nd and 10. Let's get a false start. Come on. And they hand it off on the. It's right up the middle. Ball's on the ground.
Never
Hey!
turnover. There it is.
Show it. Show it. Hey, that's a Panther. Turnover.
Nice with that's going to be Andrew Tapia with the recovery on that one.
I love it. We had to hear that's a Panther first down 6 times, but it don't matter because it ended in a turnover and the Owls have the ball. 32 seconds left in the 3rd quarter, and our offense is coming back out. And let's see if we can make this a 2-score game. So far, it's been a 6-point lead, a 7-point lead going the wrong way, and now let's get this game a little bit of comfort.
I like to see him take some time off the clock here too.
Well, I bet you we take 32 seconds. I'm going to guess that.
I would like to see a run here, get us into the 4th quarter.
Yeah, I agree. And they hand it off to Mason. He hits the hole hard, gets it up to the 30. It's a nice solid 5 yards. And that should be the last play of the 3rd quarter. There's no reason with the 7-point lead. And Coach agrees. So we're going to let that clock run out, and we're going to move into the 4th with a 7-point lead, 20-13. The Owls have a lead here in Blanco on the road. First time playing against the Panthers here, possibly ever. I don't remember if when we played them in the 50s, if it was in Blanco or if it was in Hondo, but it's been a long time. And I think we're excited to have a lead going into the 4th against a quality opponent. So 20-13 is your score. We're going to flip sides. The Owls are going to be coming from the 30, moving. If you're watching online, they're going to be moving left to right. Now, I believe, our first touchdown was scored this way, right? We did score at least one touchdown this direction, so maybe we need Alvarez to bust another 70-yarder and open this thing up a little bit. I would love a 2-score lead. I'm okay with a little bit of stress, but I like no stress. No stress is the way I like to live my life, and a 2-score lead feels even a 3-score lead feels better, but let's open it up. A 7-point lead's nice, but 14 sounds really good.
I like to see Coach get a little, just see what's working. The running game is working. You're getting 5, 6, 7 yards per run. Let's kind of stick with that. Try to avoid those blitzes, keep the ball moving forward, stay in front of the down marker, and do a nice little time-consuming drive here. Put it up 2 scores and not leave too much time on the clock for Blanco.
And as much as we'd love a score, and that's what we're shooting for, like you said, let's use some clock. Let's get that clock going. Let's get a couple first downs, change the field position. Okay? Here we go. 2nd down and 5. And the ball's on the ground. That's not what we want. It's still on the ground, and it's been recovered. Just like that. That's how fast things can change. I don't know what happened. I just saw that the ball was definitely...
It was between Colton and Mason. I'm not sure if Colton pulled it out and it fumbled, or
if Mason never... It didn't ever look like Mason had it.
Yeah, and so then we couldn't just kind of pounce on it. Unfortunately, the Panthers were able to, so Blanco's going to have 1st and 10 from the 22.
We didn't even run a minute off the clock. 11:54 in the 4th quarter. That's our 5th turnover. There's been a lot of turnovers on both sides. It's been so sloppy. But you know what? I love yelling, that's a Panther turnover, and getting about 60 members of the crowd turn up here and like, what are they doing? So
I think we got a couple hundred people at home doing that too.
Yeah, I already got Kobe texting me saying, you're going to get me hurt when we do the road games. Okay, handoff to number 12. Somebody wrap him up. Good job. Number 21 stayed at home there. That was a good tackle by A.J. Knight.
Andrew was in the backfield, just couldn't quite get there.
Just missed him. They'll give him 5 yards inside the 20 into the blue zone. Ball's at about the 18-yard line. Need the Owls to step it up here. The offense is putting us in a tough spot, turning the ball over this far in our own side. But the defense has done a pretty good job. We've got a 7-point lead here starting the 4th quarter. We'd like to keep that lead. Let's see if we can find a way to get a stop. 2nd down and 8. They hand it off to 15, going that same direction again.
No, they held on to his ankle there.
He gets 3 yards, gets it down to the 15-yard line.
That was Andrew that time. He wrapped him up and did not let go. Andrew Tapia with another good play. Been calling his name a lot
Yeah,
tonight.
we have. He's done a really good job on the defensive side. 3rd and 3. This would be a great time for a loss, for like 2 or 3 yard loss. I mean, I'd love for the ball to be on the ground too, but maybe a penalty. I'd like to get this 3rd and long or maybe a 4th and long and put a lot of pressure on him.
I feel a Mason Martinez or Colton Weimer's in the backfield.
I don't know. I'm going to go Liston. Let's see if Liston can find a way back there. Ball's on the ground. Ball's on the ground.
Oh,
Hey, I said that too. I said if we could get a fumble, if we could lose some yards, that's okay.
AJ Knight almost had another
He
fumble
almost
recovery.
did. Quarterback fell on it at the 20, so that's a loss of 5 yards. And now we've got a 4th and 8. Okay, we'll take that. We'll take that. They're going to mark it actually at the 19, 4th and 7. That's a tough play now. We got a chance to get a stop here. This is a big play.
Big play. Definitely.
I think we're going to go, that's a Panther. Turnover on downs.
I feel it. It still counts as a turnover in the books.
Let me see if we can find the security guard that's going to walk us to our car.
Yes,
4th
Colby.
and 7. Here we go.
Yes, Colby, he will get you in trouble.
And they're going to hand it off coming this way. Oh. That's what I'm talking about. It's a great tackle.
Rodriguez.
Kyron Rodriguez tackles him at the 21-yard line. That's a loss of 4, and that's a Panther turnover on downs.
Kyron Rodriguez stayed home, chopped the legs. Great tackle for a loss. Give the Owls the ball back.
Owls got the ball. That's exactly what we needed after a miscue on the offensive side. The defense steps up big time. 4th and 8, they lose 3 yards on 4th down. They lose 5 yards on 3rd down. They went backwards, and now the Owls need to find a way to hold on to the ball.
I got to give Colton Weimer's a little credit, too. He pushed that and stretched that out.
He got so deep into the backfield that running back couldn't hit the corner. He had to go out wide, and by the time he did that, number 3 was all over it. Nice tackle by Kyron Rodriguez because he was definitely outsized, took him out at the knees. So 1st and 10 for the Owls. Shotgun formation, high snap, fake the handoff. They're going to throw it. Nice catch there by number 13. That's a nice catch by Pope. I think that's catch number 6.
Yeah, short. And he's going to, with his speed, he has a chance to break one.
I agree. Keeps the clock running. 5-yard gain. Why is the clock stopped? There we go. Come on.
There was no need for the clock to stop on that one.
No, there wasn't. So Pope comes out again. 2nd down and 5. Shotgun formation. 2 receivers to the wide side. Hand it off to Mason. Hits a hole. Keeps his feet going. Gets the first down. That was a really hard run. He got about 4 yards of yak right there. Yards after contact. He got hit at about the 29-yard line, pushed it all the way up to the 33, and needed the 32 for the first. That's big. A fresh set of downs. Keep that clock going. We're under 9 minutes with a 7-point lead.
Big Hondo out first down right there.
We need a couple more, and we can really start to get excited.
Power package in. 2 tight ends over here. They're blocking. Oh,
good job. That's a forward pass. It's knocked down. It's incomplete. Calm down, people.
And you see they're bringing in 2 tight ends to give a little extra block in, and they picked up the blitz that time. We did see the extra rusher come.
You know, if they're going to keep showing that blitz, that A-B gap right there, double A gap on both sides of the center with the linebackers, I like showing Mason, maybe putting him in the slot, bringing him in motion, and if they bring those linebackers in and Mason hits the corner, who's going to get him?
Oh, yeah. Even that, I would
like
to see.
the ball on the ground. I like it running because that keeps the clock running.
I wouldn't mind seeing one of the tight ends slip out if they do that.
2nd down and 10. Ball's at the 33. 2 out wide left. Low snap again. Fake the handoff. And he's going to hold on. He's going to get tackled in the backfield. Those low snaps are really disrupting the rhythm of the play.
Yeah.
When those balls are down at his ankles, by the time he picks the ball up, if it was going to be a fake handoff, if it was going to be hit a hole quickly, you can't do it when you're reaching down to your ankles to pick up the ball. And Alvarez isn't he's not a little guy. He's a pretty big guy. And that's a tough play for a quarterback when you're expecting it in your chest and it's hitting you at the shoelaces.
Yeah, and he's got to think ball security right now.
And I'm sure a lot of this has to do with the wet ball. Remember, they had rain here. Everybody's having trouble with ball security. So 3rd and 12, clock now inside 8 minutes.
Gonna go to the air.
Looking, throwing deep. He's got a man. Boy, could have easily been a flag there. Also could have been a touchdown. 13 just couldn't figure out where it was. It kind of floated on him and just couldn't come up with the ball. 13 almost makes the catch there, and that's Leighton Pope. That would have been his first big play.
Yeah.
It was just a little bit underthrown, and now you're at 4th and 10, and we might actually see our first punt of the ball game because we haven't even seen a punt today.
Colton's still in shotgun.
See if he can draw him off.
Oh, yeah, you got to try. They'll go punt right here.
He's got nobody back. That's fine. Bounce forward. Bounce forward again. Don't touch it. Don't touch it. Let it roll. There we go. Nice kick. Down to the 29-yard line. Nice forward roll. And the offense ran a few minutes off the clock, down to 7:35, and now we're going to have to let the defense do their work again. They've created, 3 or 4 turnover on downs, 3 or 4 turnovers. We've got to get a couple more stops. Maybe one. One might be enough. We've got a 7-point lead with 7 minutes left. If we can get one more stop, they end up killing a couple minutes off this clock, and our offense gets back out there, and we can actually move the ball a little bit. We could end this game, and this could be the final score, 20-13. But
offense gave the defense a little bit of a rest.
They got a little breather. You're right. Look for Mason to just dart in there and make a play. Come on, Mason. He's done it 3 or 4 times today already.
Went back to their 3 down linemen now.
Yep, they are in the 3-4 now. All right, here we go. Look at that.
Mason.
Who is that? Who is that man right there? Let him eat.
1 yard loss.
He got in the backfield, darted in there. I felt it coming. Atta baby. 1 yard loss, 2nd and 11.
I guess that's what happens when you're under
You
center.
gave him a little chance.
Right
You gave him a little chance to catch his breath. 2nd down and 11. Mason darting in there. That was a great job, Mason Martinez. Who's going to be the next one? Come on, Liston. I'm going to call it again. Get back there. Let's make it another loss. This team does not know what to do when they get in long down situations. They're going to probably have to use another timeout here, and they did.
That's their second timeout.
That's big. They've used 2 timeouts on offense, both of them. And so if the Owls get the ball back here and start ground and pound, they have no way to stop the clock, no way to stop it with their timeouts because they're running out of them. They only got 1 left. And when you're in a tight game and you need the ball back, you want to have those timeouts in your pocket so you can stop them, get that clock stopped, and try to get your defense set.
Oh, yeah, definitely. You're going to see the defense really step it up here. I would like to see maybe we send a rusher, and maybe we try to blow up another one in the backfield, put them even further behind the sticks.
I like how the ends have been set in this game. They did have a couple early long plays in the first half that kind of skewed the numbers when we were reading stats. But really, overall, the defense has done a really good job of setting the ends. And Tapi has been a big part of that on one side. Liston's done a good job, too. But even the defensive tackles, Stan Yukinos, we've called him a couple times. We've called Sigmund a couple times. I mean, they've been doing a really good job overall across the board. Even Rudy's been on a couple tackles. And the linebackers, too. I can't leave out Anthony Garza. We've called his name 3 or 4 times.
And you got to think, too, Colby Evans, number 44, sophomore, has been in there since Joby Pimentel
There it
went
is.
down
There's the
early.
pitch. Somebody find him. There you go. Wrap him up. 33 in there. Anthony Garza. Somebody had him by the ankles. Who was it? Was it Anthony?
Yeah.
Good job.
And like I said, I want to give a good shout out to Colby Evans. He's been in there unexpectedly. I think Joby got hurt on the first or second drive.
He did get hurt early, and we haven't seen him again. But hopefully it's nothing serious. He's able to bounce back.
Definitely.
3rd and 8. Hey, it's next man up mentality. Coach told us that in the coaches show. 3rd and 8. This is a big play. That's deep in their own end. They probably wouldn't be able to go for it for more than 4th and 5. Number
Mason
7
blew it up.
Boy, he almost had it.
Mason hit the quarterback right after he handed it off.
And they get 3. They're going to give him 4. It's going to be 4th and 2. And it's a full 2. It might be 2.5. I didn't even think he made it that far.
If that was anything but a dive, it was going to be a loss.
All right.
Big play.
TJ goes out. Sigmund comes in. This is a big play. 4th and 2. Stay home. Read. You don't move if that ball doesn't move. They might be trying to draw you off sides.
Oh,
Well, movement. 5-yard
start.
penalty. Thank you.
Finally.
That's very obvious. I thought all of them were obvious, but man, if I was out there and I was a ref, I would have been so tired from bending over to pick up my flag. It would have been like the 14th time. I've been gotten up downs just by reaching down to pick up my flag so many times.
Are we going to see a Blanco punt?
I think they have to. It's 4th and 8. You're at the 32-yard line, and look, they don't even. The guys that are supposed to be on the punt team don't even know.
I still got to think you play it safe.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Okay. Yeah, play safe. Everybody make sure they're not running a fake.
You got Kyron Rodriguez and Mason Barr back there. There it is. It's going to be Mason.
Good job. We'll take the ball at the 35. They were definitely running it safe. Nobody was making any blocks. They were all staying up here making sure that he punted it.
Get it out of
So,
the foot.
So now we've got less than 5 minutes. Let me just paint the picture for you folks if you're at home. Thank you, first of all, for joining us. This is our first game of the year for 2025. We're super excited to bring it to you. 20-13 is our score. Owls are leading. We've got the ball at our own 36-yard line. We've got less than 5 minutes to go in the game. 4 minutes and 56 seconds to be exact. A couple first downs here could be icing on the cake. That could be it because Blanco's already used 2 of their timeouts on offense. And I think they only have 1 left. So they can stop the clock once. But other than that, if we can get a couple first downs and get this clock running, there's a good chance there's not going to be a whole lot of time left for Blanco to stage a comeback. And what a big road win this would be to start the season.
Definitely a little good start. Offense has been rolling. Ball security. You see Andrew Tapia back there running back. You're going with the double tight ends.
Andrew could be the lead blocker, too. And they actually hand it off to Andrew, who keeps his feet going. Hold on to that ball. Nice run. They were going for the strip. They did not get it, and Andrew does not go down easily. That is a 10-yard gain, and that's a Hondo first down.
Jonathan is definitely going to cause a riot. But there we go. The clock starts running again. Like
Inside 4.5 minutes to go.
20 seconds on the play clock. You want to let it run a little bit.
Yeah, we are on the Blanco side, if you couldn't tell. Going to represent my colors. Let's go. Shotgun formation. 2 to the short side. Nobody here to the wide. And apparently somebody moved because Coach is losing it over here. So 5-yard penalty on the Owls.
That's the one thing about stalling. You get your linemen to get set, and then they have to hold it for 10, 15 seconds.
Yeah, that's not
hard.
easy to do.
That's hard on those guys.
No. If I have to tie my shoe that long, I'm just going to sit on the ground. I'm not going to lie. So 1st and 15.
Bring in Mason and Cade Alvoy wide right.
I still like the run game. I still like the run. We're inside 4 minutes. The clock's running. There's the snap. There's the handoff to the big man. Gets 4 of the 5 back. 2nd down and 11. Clock still running inside 3:45 now.
And that's still what you want right there. You want 4 yards. Well, they only gave him 3. But you take those 3 yards, reset, do it again, try to get 5 or 6 here to make it a manageable 3rd down.
I agree. Clock inside 3.5 minutes. Shotgun formation.
And in
Let
the scrimmages,
that clock run. You've got 15 seconds. There's no reason to snap it until it's 3:05, and that's what he's watching. He's watching the clock. And they show the blitz. There's a nice hole. He hits it. Can he cut up field? Gets it out almost to the 50-yard line. Falls down inbounds, which is what you're looking for. Clock's going to go inside 3 minutes now. We should get it down inside 2.5. So 3rd down and 7. And here's the dilemma that Coach has now. If you want to try to get the first down, you probably are looking to throw it, right? But I'm thinking you run it one more time. Let's see if we can get 4 more yards, or let's see if we can get the 7 and 2 downs. Maybe we go for it.
I would like them to bring the 2 tight ends on one side and use that play where Andrew's the lead blocker for Colton.
Or maybe they bring Mason in motion. Let's see what they do. 3rd down and 7. They hand it off again. There's no room. He's going to go backwards. Got to go north and south. Don't want to go east and west.
They use their final timeout.
So they use their final timeout, stop the clock at 2:27, and now you got 4th and 9. The way the defense has been playing, I don't think you play around here. I think we punt it, and you give them 2.5 minutes to try to run it 80 yards down the field and get their tying score. That's just my opinion. I think coach is probably going to think the same thing. You don't have if you gained 3 or 4 yards there and you had 4th and 2, 4th and 3, you try to draw them off sides. There's a lot of different things you could do, but you don't want to get cute when you've got a 7-point lead. They have no timeouts left. They're a running team. They have not shown any opportunity or anything that scares me to think that they have a passing game.
Yeah, no, you're not too worried about the
Zero
pass.
completions.
You know it's going to happen. You know they're going to have to pass the ball now.
And guess what?
If
You're
we
going
pin 'em.
to have Mason back at safety. Mason's licking his chops right now. I can see him. He's literally like, "Ooh, I'm about to go to the buffet. This is
And
great." He's
they're
going to
not
get another
putting anyone too deep.
and that's fine.
I think actually you'll see the safety fall back when Colton goes into punt formation.
Well, I hope he doesn't, and we can kick it and let that clock run an extra 10 seconds. That's crazy that they don't have somebody back deep.
Still nobody back deep.
Awesome. Let that clock run. Don't touch that ball. Don't let it. There you go. Let it. Still moving. Still moving.
It's going to be at the 14-yard line.
Perfect.
And you let the ref kill the clock, not you.
I'm surprised the coach didn't put anybody back. He must not have anybody that he trusts to return that punt, because why wouldn't you want to catch it at the 20 and not lose all that yardage and that time? 10 extra seconds ran off the clock by that ball rolling out like it did. Hey, it's in our favor, so I'll take it. So here's where we're at, folks. We've got 2 minutes and 16 seconds. The Panthers have 0 timeouts left. We have a 7-point lead. We need to get a stop here. And I'm not going to lie to you. If the Panthers somehow find a way to get in the end zone, I think they know that they are outmanned and Hondo's playing better. They'll probably go for 2 and try to win that game.
I think so.
I hope it doesn't come to that. I want to win this game 20-13, and I want to win it now. If they turn the ball over, we take a knee, the game's over. They've got to find a way to get 84 yards, and they got to do it in 2 minutes with no timeouts. Who's got the ball? Find it. There's a nice loss. 3-yard loss.
And
guess who was in on that? That was Mason Martinez.
No more huddle. They're going to go straight to their
Everybody get ready. Everybody get ready. And they hand it off right there. Number 15. Good job. Nice tackle. He bounced off Liston. Liston slowed him down. And number 33, Anthony Garza, wrapped him up. Did we call timeout?
2-minute warning.
Oh, okay. It's 2-minute warning. 157. I was like, what? Why would we call timeout? They're so discombobulated right now. I'm not used to the 2-minute warning in high school, folks. This is the first year they've implemented it. I didn't even know about it because I don't read the newspaper, apparently. I didn't know.
That's an extra 2 timeouts for coaches. So changes the game up a little bit.
I agree. And you know what? I'm going to put it on myself because I bet you this was in the Hondo Amber Herald.
I guarantee it was.
And so here's one of our sponsors, and I didn't read the paper this week, so that's on me. Because I bet you was in there. In fact, I know it was because that was what was shown to me by Rob.
I'll say sorry to Jeff, too, because I didn't see that one.
That was on me. So 2-minute warning, new to high school football. That's a good thing for this coach because they had just lost yardage back-to-back plays. It's 3rd and 10, and now they've got to find a way to get 10 yards from their own 14-yard line. And probably the easiest way to do that is to throw the ball. They have 0 completions. They are 0 for 3, I believe, in the whole game.
Yeah.
And none of them were close. So let's hope they don't break that spell. Let's see if we can get another turnover here and really get this crowd in an uproar. I'm going to lean over the rail. I want everybody to hear me. 2 guys in motion. That's a 5-yard penalty.
I don't think our defensive line will give them an opportunity to pass. They have been in the backfield the whole second half. They have to do the quick handoff to keep the defensive line at bay. If they wait 1-2 seconds, Mason and those guys have been back there quick.
They have to go for it. I mean, it's 3rd and 15. If they don't get it here, they're not going to get the ball back. They have no timeouts. We take a knee, it's over. They've got to go for it even though they're at their own 10-yard line.
Oh, you have to.
You have to if you're trying to win the game. It's the dive play. It's right there, going nowhere. 1-yard gain. 4th and 14. This is it. This is the game right here. Get ready. Get ready. Are we going to use a timeout?
No.
Get ready.
Let them run.
4th and 14. The quarterback was.
The quarterback can't do that.
There we go. It is over. It is over. 4th down. They ran it. Tackled at the 15-yard line. That's a Panther. Turnover on downs. A minute 35 to go. The Owls with a 7-point lead, and we are 3 victory formation knees away from starting 1-0 and coming in to Panther Stadium and getting the victory.
Now, this is where the only thing negative about this play is that it takes away from Colton's rushing yards.
Right? You should, honestly, when you're taking
Yeah.
a knee, that play should just be nothing.
But
you
now
know?
it's just catch the ball, count to 3, take a knee.
Hey, they got too many men on the field. Get the coaches off. There we go. All right, come on. Let's do this right. Good snap. There we go. We're 2 snaps away.
Hondo Owls coming into Blanco.
Blanco was ranked number 7, I believe,
Sub
on
5A.
Ken's TV, sub 5A, top 10. So maybe we're going to see a little Hondo Owl showing up in the San Antonio News, making a little appearance at 1-0 sub 5A.
As long as we don't look at that as turnover stat.
Yeah. You always want something that you can clean up, okay?
Definitely something the coaches can work on.
We're 2 snaps away from the victory. We snap it right here. One more time, and it's over. Good snap. Come on.
I'm surprised they didn't call that unabated.
All right, we are 1 snap away. 45 seconds. Thank you guys for tuning in. We had quite a good turnout. Looking at the numbers here, we have quite a few people. I know I saw on Facebook we had some former Owls from Georgia. I know we've got some former Owls that are listening from El Paso. Sinan and Gloria, I know, went to go visit the grandparents and are over there. And we appreciate you guys listening in. And that should be the ball game. It's
That's
14 seconds, and the Owls come into Blanco and take the victory right out of the Panther mouth. I love it. Hondo Owls moved to 1-0, 20-13, the only touchdown in the second half. We got it. We get the lead. We hold on, and the Panthers take the home opener loss. You don't like that. Nice. The Owls go 2 games, home and home, against the Panthers. They come out to Hondo and get a big lead early. We come back and win it at Berry Field. And then they're thinking we're going to get our payback, and they don't, because what ends up happening, the Owls come in here, and even though they're young, and they had 4 freshmen, and a lot of them had big plays in this game, we came in and they dominated the defensive line and the offensive line. I felt played really, really well. And if we can clean up the turnovers, like you said, a little bit of sloppiness. Again, the field was wet, and I love how fast they turn off that stadium scoreboard because they don't want that score up there. 20-13 is what that score was. And that's a Panther loss. All right, the Owls 1-0. Thank you guys for tuning in. Let's go ahead and thank our sponsors one more time. Z's Kitchen, Medina Regional Hospital, State Farm, Cameron Garcia, Texan Bank, C&W Fuels, Hondo Amble Herald, Herman Sons, and Medina Electric Co-op. We thank you guys so much for tuning in. Boy, what a fantastic game. I hope you guys can join us next week. We're going home. We're going to have our first home game next week. We're going to be playing Carrizo Springs. That's going to be cheer night. So if you've got small kids that were part of cheer camp, make sure you get to this game because it's going to be filled really quickly, because I know when it's cheer night, there's about 300 kids on that field, and there's a lot of parents and grandparents that are going to be there. So you want to get there, get your seat, and enjoy it, because it's going to be a fun night for all those kids that are going to be on the field. And it's nice that the Owls are coming in, getting that victory. They're going to come and see if we can get that victory against Carrizo Springs and go to 2-0. Man, that was so much fun. I forgot. It's already season 3, and I feel like I just did my very first game. I hope you guys enjoyed it too. Remember, we're not going to be able to bring you video for every game. Home games will never be on video. We will do non-district games. So we've got a couple games right after Carrizo. We've got Uvalde, and then we've got Divine. Both of those we should be able to bring you the video broadcast. But if you can't make it to the game, we always want you there. And trust me, the Hondo crowd showed up. I don't know if you can see them across the way, but it is packed. and it was really nice of so many people to make the drive. With this game going a little bit late, there's a lot of people who are going to be driving home really super late. So please be careful out there. No need to speed. No need to be texting while you're driving to tell people how the game went. Just give them a phone call. Let them know you're on your way. And please be safe. We want everybody to get home safely. And that goes for both sides. For the Blanco faithful here, for the Hondo Owls. Just be safe out there. It's a long drive back home, but boy, it's a lot sweeter drive when you're driving home with the W. For James, Estes, I am Jonathan Aiken. Thank you guys again for tuning in. Remember, the coaches show this next week will be nice and fun to talk about this victory, talk about some of the things that we saw, and talk about this next game, home game against Carrizo. So Coach Templin and I will bring that to you. You should be able to find that on Facebook on Thursday. And then remember, Friday night in Berry Field, come see the Owls 1-0 on the season take on the Carrizo Springs Wildcats. It should be a fun game. And remember, that is cheer night. All right, guys. Jonathan Aiken, James Estes, y'all have a fantastic weekend. Go Horns. Going to win tomorrow. And let's have a safe drive home, everybody.